So we return to Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, the Eye of the Tiger scenario, session third session. My bad. Yeah, we'll start with experience points, I think. So Gustav van Hoek, what are you buying for your character?
Oh shit!
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. It's like, what?
No?
Fuck.
I was ready to jump into roleplay. I forgot all about.
Wait,
Yeah.
you can buy things in the game. They are usually
I'm looking
rather
at
handy.
my flow chart real quick. See what I can do.
Sure.
Yeah, I suppose I should be looking too. Crap. I have nothing noted down for my experience. I mean, it's all there in black and white, but I just didn't write anything down whatsoever.
Okay.
So how many points do I have?
I think you guys should have a good amount.
I have a total of 170.
Okay, that's a nice amount, I think. In all honesty.
I'll just type it in there. Bloop, 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 and then I have to. I don't even know. Shit. Yeah, my my sort of organizational system is getting the best of me.
What is savvy?
Savvy, I believe, gives you bonuses to your fellowship, if I recall correctly. Let me quickly open my book. It's in Polish.
Gives you bonuses to your breakdancing.
Yeah. I think I should have it somewhere here.
That's what I need to look up, because of course Apothecary is in the compendium, and I don't have a physical copy of that.
Really? It's not in the main book?
No, it's not in the main book.
Okay.
I was surprised too. I thought it was, but it isn't. It is only in the compendium.
Check the sheet.
I think it's called a bit different in Polish version, but it does what I said. It gives you plus 5% permanent plus 5% bonus to your fellowship, which is I think rather cool, to be honest.
Yeah. In fact, I don't even know what I have. Like, what does this character do? Oh, I have suave, cool-headed, and ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Okay, there I am. And then I just gotta... believe this is the correct...
So I think any trait that gives you a permanent bonus to one of your skills or other not skills, but traits, I think is worth checking out, honestly.
I think I'm gonna do perception.
Perception, okay. Plus 5?
No, I don't have perception.
You mean perception like trait?
Yeah, the skill.
Okay, sure, of course, no problem.
Because that's kind of relevant to what I was doing last time.
Okay, I am smoking crack because I don't see it. I don't see in the compendium where they have the. It's not the compendium, I guess.
Wait.
Sorry, Nick.
Oh, hey there. Oh, sorry. I thought that.
No, I just busted the dog in the head with the door.
Okay. I thought that Keith appeared. You're looking for what? Carry compendium, Sean?
Yeah, I thought it was. Well, I don't know. Something is being weird, and my brain is not working. I thought it was in the.
What's the name of the profession? Apothecary?
It is apothecary, and I was trying. I don't believe it is in the actual rule book.
I have it. Carry compendium, apothecary.
Okay.
I don't know if you have carry compendium.
I looked up. Yeah, sorry, I'm looking in the not the compendium, but the companion, which is totally different.
Companion. Okay, yeah, it's different. I can tell you, I think apothecary is
Yeah, I got it now.
SH, so it's Sigmar's heirs. Apothecary is from Sigmar Series.
Oh, is that where it's from? Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
Career Compendium is cool in that it tells you where you can find every single one of the professions. So you can get plus 5% toughness, plus 5% agility, plus 10% intelligence, plus 10% willpower, plus 5% fellowship, and plus 2 wounds.
mhm.
So that's what you can buy for this character.
Or do I want, or do I want resistance to poison?
That's a very good thing, honestly.
Yeah. That's sort of where my guy is going. I've been giving myself small doses of cyanide.
Because remember, like no one ever takes the swim skill until it's really needed.
Yeah, I'll take resistance to poison just because I think that's something that my character would be interested in.
Sure. Okay. Very well. You take resistance to poison, and you, Brian, take perception, so you can finally test on your full intelligence when you try to spot someone. That is a very good thing. So tell me, please remind me, where did we end last time? I know that Kree was fighting, and I think he
He got
just
disqualified.
He threw a fight.
yeah, he threw a
He didn't
fight.
throw it. He got disqualified.
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's worse.
Yeah, I know. What's his nuts?
I lost
What's
money
his
on
nuts
it.
What's his nuts was not happy about that. Okay, I have it in the journal, the last paragraph. So it says, while Yosef is busy defeating Dieter, Gustav notices a very well-dressed man with a cane exchanging gold with a laborer.
Yes.
Odd
yes.
in and of itself, it is even more so due to the fact that they are on the edge of the crowd trying to hide it. While the fight between Kree and Draco begins, Gustav tries to follow the laborer. In the ring, Draco is quickly pummeling Kree before Kree tries to kick him in the balls. Carsten immediately stops the fight and disqualifies Kree as the crowd loudly boos his unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yep.
Carsten is obviously irritated and DeMarco looks disappointed. The other fighters just shake their heads. So the final round will be Yosef versus Draco. As things settle down before the announcement of the final fight, I see Gus trailing a laborer who is part of the group I saw earlier heading over to them.
Yep.
So you were tracking them down, Brian.
Yeah. So for now, you know that Kree is out of it, and he probably will remain out of the competition for this evening. You're not really sure how this works, if he'll even be able to to return to fighting, assuming that he would want to do this, that he would want to continue doing this in the future. But the whole move against the Northerner, Draco Iliev, was rather unsportsmanlike. So Gustav, you were trailing this man, if I recall correctly, right?
Yeah,
Okay. And where are you going
I
to?
think he went back behind something like not backstage, but like behind. Like he went behind something. I followed him back there, I think.
Well, I don't remember him going behind something. He was just going back to the group.
Yes.
Okay.
So I noticed that there were a bunch of laborers who were pooling their bets.
Yes, with Matthias, the bookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yes, and he's returning there. So tell me, Gustav, what do you want to do?
I'm following to see what he does, to see who he talks to next.
Okay, but wait, is it the man with the cane or not? I don't think so.
I followed the laborer guy, right?
That's the impression I got from what I wrote in the notes.
Yeah.
You were following the laborer.
Yeah.
I don't remember my reasoning, but I think I followed him.
Yeah, you were following this shifty character, and he was returning to to his group. You also see that he's very carefully eyeing Matthias during the betting.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Matthias is a fighter, right?
He's the bookie. Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
The laborer is eyeing Matthias.
Yep. You see that he approaches the rest of his companions. They honestly almost all look very similar. And they begin to talk, of course, in rather hushed voices. That said, you don't really think it's necessary, given the fact that the interior of this place, the interior of this cellar where the fights take place, is very loud. Even even now, there's this small pause between the second round and finals, in which sadly Kree won't partake. But people are still, talking loudly, discussing what happened. Of course, you hear a lot of, things said about this fight. That you saw that bastard trying to kick Iliev in the nuts. That was poor, man. That was poor. Yeah, what was he thinking? And stuff like that. And despite all of this group, it's clear to you that they are still talking very quietly to each other. So, you want to come closer? Maybe try to hear what they say?
Yeah, I'm gonna act like I'm looking at everything else, though. Like I'm looking for somebody. Like in the crowd.
Just so you know, even if you move very close to them, I mean, unless, of course, assuming that you practically walk into them, it will be hard for you to hear what they are saying. You can try, of course, and this will be a test, but it will be, with some minor penalties.
I'm gonna get right up on them. I'm assuming it's very crowded here, right?
Very,
like in this area.
Every time you move through this place, all of you need to essentially, just squeeze past people.
So I'm gonna get right in there, right next to them. But I want to be looking around like I'm looking for my friend or something. So
okay.
I think I'm not paying attention to them at all.
Very well, of course. So you move past, all of the people. You move through the group, and you. Of course, I don't have to tell you that this place smells very strongly, of course, of sweat, of alcohol, of just a mass of unwashed bodies, especially since it's summer. So. Yeah, it's quite an experience, and essentially you move practically onto them, and you try to hear what they are saying. So please roll. It's a perception test, ear-based. If you have acute hearing, you can use it. It's minus 10% to the roll. You can, of course, before you roll, you can tell me that you are standing nearby for some time, and you try to hear better.
Yeah, I'm gonna stand right there, even if they say something. I have a cover story that I'll try to use if they say something.
So you're staying for probably for a good minute or more. You try to hear what they have to say. In that case, you have plus 10%. So you roll on your basic perception.
Oh, damn it. Character sheet's still not working, so...
No worries. You can just, roll normally. Nice. You can reroll if you have luck.
I'm going to use one of my luck for that. I got 2 left.
Fortunately, that's still not a botch, but...
Yeah, that's actually exactly... Yeah, with... Oh no, I didn't take savvy. No. Well, but it's plus 10, you said?
But it's not savvy is for your fellowship. You are rolling for perception. So it's intelligence.
Intelligence, I have intelligence 33.
But let's say that you've passed. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Minus 10 plus. It's by 1, so I'll let it go.
He hears
so
every
fun.
other word.
Yeah. But before I tell you what you find out, I would like to hear about Johannes and what he is doing in the meantime.
Johannes has to remember what he was doing.
Because I have no idea what Johannes is doing.
So you and me both.
Yeah. I think you spotted Gustav following someone last session. I'm not sure if that's the case.
Yeah. No, okay, so Gustav. Well, so I just wrote in the thing, if I recall correctly. Do I have the right yeah, I do have the right glasses on. I'm just like, well, why can't I see? Well, okay, so I'm gathering. So the way I wrote it is, I just noticed him following a laborer that was part of the group.
Yes.
Don't. So I don't think I have tracked unless you want me to roll a perception, that I have tracked the rich guy yet.
I think you can roll perception if you like, but again, this is minus 5% roll, let's say.
Okay. All right. Let me boop. Perception. Damn.
Yeah. You spotted that the laborer spoke to a rich person holding a cane. The man in question, I think I've described him last time, but it's been a few weeks, so I'm going to remind you. He's of average size and build, and he has a very striking bearing. His luxuriant head of black hair has a streak of silver at either temple, and it's clear that he's probably never without his silver-capped walking cane. He's quite of... He seems strange in a place like this. Like most people here, they're not like scum per se, but they are clearly, lower class. Workers, dockers, just salt of the earth type of people. And he looks like, maybe not like nobility, but like he's from a mercantile class. Middle upper mercantile class. He looks well fed. His clothes are obviously expensive, and I mean the cane itself looks like it's worth quite a sum. So, Johannes, what are you going to do?
I am going to try to get a little bit closer to him and keep an eye on him at first, just to see what he does.
Okay. So, as you approach him, and I think this is at the same time when Gustav, was following him, you see that he's speaking to one of the laborers, the man that I described before, and it's clear, and I'm also not sure if I've told this before, again, it's been a few weeks, but a small amount of coins changed hands. And after that, the laborer, returns to his friends while also eyeing Matthias carefully. The man with silver-capped cane just moves in the crowd without any hurry, just lazily, and he looks he usually looks towards the ring, which is empty for now, of course, because the final fight has not yet started. So, Johannes?
So I'm going to go over to him and introduce myself to him. Good day, sir.
When you spoke to him, he turns around and he looks at you with his one eyebrow raised. Good evening, sir. How can I help you? He asks with this rather pretentious, way of speaking to you.
I can tell by your bearing and your dress that you are a man of culture, and I would love to have a conversation with another man of culture such as myself.
Very well. He looks at you with this thin smile on his lips. A man of culture, eh? Well, pleasure to meet you, but I'm afraid I don't have much time for
Yes.
idle chit chat. You see, there's money to be made here on the betting on the fights. Are you a betting man, Herr? And he asks your name.
Johannes Kneppen at your service.
I see.
And
I
I
see.
bow and flourish and all that shit.
Nice to meet you, Herr Johannes Kneppen. And you see that he's not introducing himself. By the way. A nice night, I guess.
Yes, sir. So may I ask your name, sir?
And for a split second, you see a a flash of irritation on his face. My name is Konrad König. He looks about 30 years old, 30 plus years old. It's clear that he's an educated man. You can see that. And he probably is used to, handing himself in social situations. But he's not, by the way, he's not exchanging a hand towards you. He just nods. At your service, of course.
Yes. So I want to observe him and see if I can tell if he has any sort of ailments or
No.
anything.
No.
No, he doesn't have any.
Nothing like that, no.
Okay. Damn it. Like,
He looks, like I said, he looks healthy, well fed, well clothed.
Mhm.
So, rather unusual for a place like this.
Mhm. I say, you aside from being a man of culture, you look to me to be a man of industry. Am I correct in this, sir?
Well, he once again does this sigh. Well, I am I am in business of textiles, if you really must know.
Ah, textiles.
Yes, textiles, sir. I don't think I'm speaking any foreign language for you not to understand.
Yes. I am familiar with certain grades of textile used in the manufacture of poultices.
I see. And he says that with a complete disinterest on his face. Well, fascinating. I mean, I own a few workshops, of course, and I'm if I say so myself, fairly successful businessman. Of course, I take care of my workers to the best of my abilities. And well, this and he waves around. This is a place where I go when I want to vent off, if you know what I mean.
Oh, absolutely, sir.
My everyday work is pretty stressful, especially now in these dark times. I've lost a few lucrative contracts in the north and east of the empire. So the times are grim and hard, even on people like me, he says. He doesn't look like he's been hit hard, at all. Although you probably guess that people under him are hit hard.
Yeah.
But excuse me for asking, but is there anything else that you want from me? The finals will start soon, and I still need to do a few things before that.
Oh yeah. Well, I would at some point maybe like to talk business with you because I think my experience and I'm working on several formulas for healing injuries.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that a man such as yourself would know a good business opportunity when he saw one.
Mm-hmm.
And and since you are interested in the pugilistic arts, that my
When you
things are having.
when you say that, you see that
Mhm.
there's a change on his face. Like he for a split second, you see a grimace of someone who's been who wasn't expecting to hear something like that.
Mhm.
But he quickly composes himself, very quickly. Continue, because he's not interrupting you. He's just. I'm just saying that he looks like that. So please continue, Sean.
Yes, I've been working. I'm an apothecary by trade, and
Mm-hmm.
I have been working on my salves for healing the injuries of the fighters, and I think I'm onto something that could be useful
Look, Keith.
for military applications as well as just everyday strains and stresses of workmen, laborers.
Well, that's all fine and good. You're one of those Shalayan types, by any chance? I
No, sir. I mean,
I'm
I,
I'm
I,
paying, my I'm giving you people money. Look, her, whatever your name was, I don't remember. I'm very glad that you are doing all these things, but if you would probably listen to me more carefully, you would remember that I'm not in the business of fights. I come here to let off some steam, if you know what I mean. And I'm in textiles, and in textiles we don't really need healing stuff, whatever it is. So I'm sorry to say this, old chap, or rather young chap, but I'm not really interested. But
well,
I, I,
yes.
I bid you fare thee well, and he, nods towards you and then just turns around and walks away.
Okay. I will just keep an eye on him from a distance.
Yeah.
See what he does.
But you see that after he made, like a few steps, he once again turned around to you and, shot you a quick glance as if not sure if you'll be following him maybe or if you want to do something. It's clear to you that there is something more to this man. Back to Gustav. Oh, by the way, hi Keith. I'll be with you in a second. Just need to finish with Brian's arc here. You've passed, as we've agreed, and you hear the men talking to each other. The men are speaking to each other, and from what you hear, they are talking about Marvin Hegler, marvelous Marvin Hegler. So you think that what we did helped with with boss's scheme? I'm not sure. That was strange that this guy, this what is Cree, yeah, that he just did something like that. Boss never said that another one would do this. Only Hegler was supposed to throw the fight. Yeah, but maybe boss works in mysterious ways. Yeah, but and they're essentially saying something like that. You hear them.
Hegler.
Marvin Hegler, marvelous Marvin Hegler. Yeah, one of the fighters that I believe that even Creepio fought him at some point.
Yeah, let me look it up for you guys.
Bum, bum, bum. So my question, Gustav, Oh, yeah, sorry.
So Hegler in the first round, Hegler fought Draco Iliath.
Yeah, and he lost.
Yeah.
Yeah, he lost. So my question, Gustav, what are you going to do now? By the way, just so you know, those guys, when you look at them close, they they want to look like laborers, but you think when you look at them from up close, they look more thuggish to you. Like some nerd wells.
Okay.
Maybe not hardcore bandits or gangsters, but certainly people who are not on the trustworthy side.
Well, I think I know what I need to know. Hegler is the fighter that's throwing fights, and the guy with the cane must be boss. So I'm gonna go find. Shit, what is your name, Sean?
Johannes.
Johannes.
Oh, I thought you were saying you were going to go find Karsten.
You can roll a free perception test, Brian, -10, but you don't have to worry about botches if you fail. Okay.
I'm just wandering around.
No. I mean, because if you would pass, you would see Johannes speaking to the man with the cane. But since there are a lot of people here, you haven't seen anything, sadly. So, Kree. By the way, I don't know if you are saying anything, Keith, but I'm not hearing you.
Hello.
Oh, now I can hear. Okay, now you're here. Nice.
Hey, what's up?
Right. So if you recall, last time you were disqualified because you've tried to kick Draco Iliath in the nuts.
Yeah, twice I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it was twice.
And
I mean, twice I think.
Yeah. And now you're sitting, with the rest of the fighters. And if you want, you can speak with any of them. If you can use again charm, gossip, intimidate. If you want to learn more, because that's what Carsten was saying to you, that some of you, two of you, can ask the patrons, while the fighter can ask his fellow fighters. Of course, you don't have to do this if you don't want to. No pressure.
Could I gossip with my fellow fighters? Like talk about how the fights have been going and how the history have been.
Of course. And so it's average gossip test, so basic one without any modifiers.
Oh, gee, everybody, I'm sorry that I got disqualified and let everyone down. Do people typically kick each other in the nuts to lose?
Oh, nice.
Oh, shit.
When you are saying something, the few fighters who are here say to you, essentially tell you to just fuck off. And they even use this word, like, we don't want to associate with the kinds of you. Unless you want to reroll this, of course, because you have luck, so you can reroll test if you prefer.
Yeah, come on. It's not like I try to kick you in the nuts.
Well, in that case, since this is 47, not 96, they don't tell you to fuck off, but they tell you to piss off. It's clear that what you did. To most of them, it was a big no-no, but I want you now to make me a plus 10% perception check, and you don't need to worry about botching. You want to reroll that?
Oh.
No? Okay. Well, since you were told to just go away in a rather unfriendly manner, but not overtly hostile, like with the 96 case, You sadly you don't see any specific like thing or whatever. And very quickly, I mean, soon after you stop talking to the guys, Giuseppe Gusdemarto approaches you and says, "All right, Cree, that's that for your fighting here. We won't be using your services in the future.
Oh, what happened? Why not?
Collect your things and leave before things go nasty." He says.
Yeah, if things go nasty for me, then you know what? Then maybe I'll start my own fighting club. How do you feel about that?
You can do whatever you want. And when he says that and he looks at you, you see that he's not angry at you. He's just disappointed. And to some extent sad. Shame. You had a real potential, kid. But you fucked it up. And with that, he just, turns around and moves away. You see that the other fighters are also not interested in talking to you, sadly.
Patooey. I spit on the floor.
No one reacts.
Everybody's sitting on the floor.
Except maybe you catch a few like glances full of like pity and
disgust.
And disgust. They cringe at your.
I kind of point at no one in particular, just at the locker room, and I hear you're a rat anyway. And I leave.
Okay, yeah, you take your things and you leave. And where are you going now?
Oh, to the bar to get a drink.
Okay, so you go up. As you move past the people, you hear, "Oh, look, it's the nut kicker. Ooh, get out of here. Go home, boy."
It's Nutcracker.
That's his new Thunderfist Nutcracker.
You're not welcome here anymore, stuff like that. No one shoves you or anything, but you are essentially being booed out of the out of the basement. And by the way, the rest of you, Johannes and Gustav, you hear that and you see that when poor Creepio just goes upstairs, he is essentially booed by other people.
Join in because I lost money.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
Maybe someone should kick you in the nuts, eh? Make sure that you won't multiply in the future. Stuff like that.
See it try.
What?
Like to see it try.
Yeah, but that's the worst thing that you really hear from people. And once you go upstairs, there are like way fewer people here, and those that are present in the main, like in the common room of the inn, are clearly here, because they just came to this place to drink, and they are not interested in the fight. So
I didn't see me kick anyone in the nuts.
Yeah, so once you emerge from the cellar, no one is giving you any strange looks, no one is booing you, no one is just telling you to go to piss off. You approach the bar, you ask for a drink, for a beer. Bartender says 2 pennies.
Yeah, no problem. I hand him 2 pennies. I hand him 3 pennies. Actually, no, I hand him a shilling.
You hand him a shilling. He looks at the shilling and says, "That's going to buy you much more than a single drink, sir."
Yeah, keep them coming.
Very well. And he pours the first drink of the night. You are still, covered in sweat. You are still panting slightly. You are still, of course, also aching from the fight, especially from the match against the Norsemen. Meanwhile, the boys down under. What What are you going to do? Are you meeting with each other? Are you trying to catch each other? Or are you trying to do something else? Brand?
Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah, go first.
Yeah, I'm trying to rendezvous with
With Gustav.
Well, yeah,
Johannes, sorry.
Wait,
Johannes.
he's good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Johannes.
yeah. I guess I know where Kree is now.
Yeah, you saw, both of you saw him leaving, essentially, coming
Everyone
upstairs.
booed me out.
Saw him get spit on as he left.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go rendezvous with Kree, and I'll assume that Johannes will have an easier time finding him.
Okay, very well, very well.
Uh,
So, without even rolling, Johannes, because, the stairs or the stairs going up, they are clearly seen from practically every point in the cellar. You see that Gustav is emerging, is going upstairs. Are you following
Okay.
him, or are you trying to once again speak to Konrad Kinnick?
yeah, I don't want to speak to Conrad Kinnick, but how close is the next fight to starting?
Probably in a few minutes.
Okay, I'll try to make it upstairs real quick and be like, what the fuck?
Okay, so you go upstairs, but first, of course, Gustav is the first to emerge from the cellar. You approach Kree, and even before you can speak to him, you hear from behind you, Johannes, what the fuck? Both of you turn around, and you see that Johannes is also here. So
Oh, hello.
the gang's all here.
I lost money on you, Kree.
Listen, look what happened to me. You think I feel great about what happened? All you had to lose was money. I lost my beautiful, sweet style and my clean clothes. Not to mention my dignity.
I think I found out what we came for, though.
Oh, that's good. Here, have a drink. And I wave to the bartender to try to get another one of those drinks that I have.
Yeah,
seemingly
sure.
already
So
prepaid
bartender, he asks you, they drink for that shilling you gave me.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, these guys, I owe 'em.
Very well, he says, and he pours both of you, Johannes and Gustav, a mug of beer each.
I'm gonna nurse it.
Like, the beer here isn't especially good, but it's also not bad. Like, it's no slop, but you've definitely had better, of course.
So I'm like, hey Gus, we're still on the clock here, man. we gotta go back downstairs and finish this out, and then report back to Carson. And
I'm
I grab
gonna-
a beer and I chug it.
Okay.
I'm gonna lean in close and say, it's Marvin.
Okay,
Good
let's
thing,
talk
Marvin.
About it. Let's talk about it on the way downstairs.
You can call me Carl Franz.
Okay, Piggy.
I'm gonna tell you about the guy with the cane that I saw.
Yeah, I saw him too. I got his name and if he's telling the truth, what he does for a living. So let's go back downstairs and keep an eye on these bastards, and then report to Carson, and he'll take care of it, and we'll be done, and we'll get our cash.
I'll keep an
All
eye
right.
out up here.
Yeah, you keep an eye out up here. Make sure nobody gets out of here without us seeing them.
Yeah, thanks for the beer. I pat you on the shoulder because I know you got a bruised ego.
Ow.
Well, the fight, you remember that the fight against the Norseman, it was good, but yeah, he was one tough customer, if you know what I mean. So, Kree, I presume that you stay here and you continue to drink your, your ailments away, so to speak.
I'm essentially going to like watch the back door, so to speak. I'm going to watch the exit at this
Sure.
point.
Okay. So you do just that. Meanwhile, Gustav and Johannes, you go back downstairs, and as you go downstairs, you hear that the next fight is about to start. By the way, Kree, when you sorry, when you look at who's coming in and who's coming out, the tavern, the inn. Sorry, it's clear to you that probably everyone who wanted to see the fight is already here, and the only people coming and leaving are your usual patrons, the ones who just want to have a pint or 2 or 5 and then go home. You don't see anything for now, anything out of the ordinary, anything suspicious. Of course, that can change very quickly, we know that, but yeah. Oh, by the way, I need to show you the Conrad Kinning. I need to show you the...
Is it too late to ask Gustav for a favor?
No, let's say that you can. By the way, Conrad Kinning is in handout section. You can see him now. He's above Dankmar Lightfoot, the halfling that one of you spoke to last session. Yeah. Conrad looks...
fancy.
Yeah, Conrad looks suave. Okay, Kree, what kind of favor you wanted to ask Gustav?
I reach my hand into my pocket and pull out my last 4 gold coins.
Mm-hmm.
And I put it in Gustav's hand. I say, Gustav, make sure you make some smart decisions downstairs with this, would ya?
It's all in Ronald's hands at this point. I don't know which way the next fight's leaning. Do what?
Nah, I'm just... Who's Ronald?
McDonald.
Yes.
It's a cheeseburger king. I grip his hand tighter. Please!
That's so
All right.
intense.
My last 4 gold.
That's why I want to throw it on gambling.
This
I'm not
has
some
to
kind of
work.
seer, but I'll do what I can.
By the way, I eagerly await the return of War Chest. And maybe Lorenzo the Mule.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Alright. Gustav and Johannes, you go downstairs. As you go downstairs, you hear first of all, you see Carsten. He's in the ring, and he's in the ring with the last 2 fighters who are fighting in the finale. It's Smoking Joseph Fraserberg versus Draco Iliev. Carsten announces the fight.
What are the odds?
2 to 3. 2/3, whatever this means. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
2 to 3.
Yeah, 2 to 3. But when the fight starts, as you are moving through the crowd goes wild. Like, they go mad. Because it's clear that this is one of the best fights ever staged in the Miller, and it will be known forevermore from this time as the thriller in the Miller. The fight itself, it lasts about for 10 minutes. As the advantage ebbs and flows. But I'm not going to tell you who wins because I want to hear from you if you are going to bet or not.
Absolutely.
Excellent. So, who are you betting on? Are you betting on the Norse Fury or on the good old Fraserberg?
I think I should.
I think I should take Creemani and just run away.
He's
I'm
like,
gonna bet-
you lost.
4
Oh, my
gold
pockets are heavy.
on Fraserberg
Mm-hmm.
and 4 of my own on the other guy. I don't know how this works. I'm not like.
Okay, so you bet 4
I
gold.
assume that's good.
In other words, you just lost 4 gold. For sure.
So you bet 4 gold given to you by
I-
Kree on Fraserberg, and you bet 4 of your own gold on Draco Iliev.
Come on, if you're gonna bet like a man.
God damn it! All right, I'm gonna bet on Fraserberg.
Okay, so
8
you
gold.
so you bet 8 gold, your own, 4 of your own, and 4
Yep.
of Kree on Fraserberg. What about you, Hans? Are you betting or not?
No,
No.
because I'm my whole thing for this night is I'm trying to be observant and not get distracted by anything.
Plus, you're the healthy one who knows that, gambling is the root of all evil. Very well. But so before
I was
we...
born under the sign of the dancer, so I can't help myself.
Yeah. So, since Johannes, you're not really interested in betting, and you probably only, watch the fight with one eye as you're moving through the crowd, I'm giving this description more to Gustav. Gustav, it's clear to you that this fight really is probably one of the best that this place ever has ever seen. It lasts for 10 minutes. Like I said before, the advantage ebbs and flows. You think that Joseph will lose. It looks like he's facing defeat, but he pulls the victory at the last moment. He pulls the victory out of the bag. The crowd goes wild, and smoking Joseph Fraserberg is champion of the ring, ex-mercenary. Once again proves to be the best fighter that the Miller ever had. So, you've won the bet.
Yes.
I'll tell you what you want in a second.
Good
8
job.
gold.
Although I have no idea how much that this
I'll-
actually gives you.
I made that calculator last time, so I can just
Mm.
get in there.
If you could, Shun, that would be very helpful, honestly.
Yeah.
So I want to, I just want to know how much money the Kree and Gustav actually won. I mean, 4 gold. That's quite a lot.
Okay, so
Just so everyone
it's not
knows.
3 to 2, it's 2 to 3. Oh, god damn it.
What?
Well, it's 6.67 gold.
So they each won 6 gold.
Yeah. So let's just say they each won 6 gold
And 6 silver?
Yes.
Okay, so each of you, Gustav and Kree, please add 6 gold and 6 silver to your character sheets. That's a lot, just so you guys know. Of course, when Matthias is handing out the money from bets, Gustav, you are very happy to receive a rather large sum of gold crowns, of so-called carls, called that from because of Karl Franz on one side of the coin.
Are silver the same as shillings?
Yes, shillings are silver coins, and pennies are brass coins, exactly. And gold crowns are usually called carls.
Because of course in the Empire we use British terms for money.
Of course, I mean.
I just want to say, by the way, has anyone else been playing the Chaos Dwarves DLC that came out this week?
No, I've
Which
only heard that it's very good.
Oh, the Chaos.
Yeah.
I heard about it from my friend. Yeah, who plays Warhammer 3. I'm now that I have a souped up computer, I'm considering it, but I already waste enough time on various things that I'm trying to resist going down the Total War rabbit hole.
Well, you
I used
can
to play,
you can waste some time on one more. Total War Warhammer is a very, very good thing, and probably the thing that single-handedly revitalized Warhammer Fantasy since it came out. Like,
I'm trying to decide if it's worth it to get 1 and 2 first, or just go straight for 3.
You go straight for 3 because 3 gives you access to Immortal Empires,
Okay.
which lets you fight on the whole old world map.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then from there, 1 and 2 are basically just unlocks for the different races in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Warhammer 2 will get you High Elves, Dark Elves,
Lizardmen and Skaven, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And yeah, but I think the only thing that you might be missing, if it's important, is that unless you don't have 1 or 2, you can't play campaigns, like single-player campaigns. But from what I've heard, the Immortal Empires is almost always better than any single of the campaigns. Like it's a huge sandbox, on the whole Empire War, on the whole Warhammer world, not just the old world, the whole Warhammer world. So
Cool.
yeah. Anyway, the fight finished, and the fight is finished, and once again, Smoking Joseph Raserberg won. But in the meanwhile, Gustav and Johannes, what were you doing? Are you just waiting for the fight to end and then go to Carsten, or are you trying to do something else in the while the fight lasts?
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to keep an eye on like what Conrad Koenig does, and also to get an idea from or to check on Matthias and see who bet on the eventual winner.
Well, I mean, it's very hard for you to tell who bet on the eventual winner, because you would literally need to stand behind Matthias and look over his shoulder, to see who's betting on who.
Then I'll just keep an eye on the interaction on Conrad, with the idea of seeing who he interacts with.
Okay, so please roll me perception minus 5%.
Okay.
Nice, very very good rolls today. I can see. You want to reroll that?
Yeah, you know what? I'll spend the luck on that.
Very nice, very nice. Nice.
Yeah,
that's a good roll. Well, initially you thought that Conrad won't be talking to anyone, for the rest of the evening. It's clear that he's, that he came here alone without a woman or without any friends. But as people, move around the cramped cellar, which is full to the brim, you saw for a quick moment that he's still once again, just like literally had a few words with one of the laborers. The same people who bet, who came to Matthias to bet on the fights. But it's essentially, it looked like that. The man, the laborer, just he walked past Conrad. He stopped for a split second to whisper something to his ear as he was passing him by. Conrad nods, and and that's it. Like there's no more. There's no other interaction. Nothing more.
Okay.
Yeah. Gustav, what about you?
Once I place my bet, I would probably look for my halfling friend to watch the fight with.
Yeah, you spot Dankmar Lightfoot. By the way, I've also added his character artwork. Of course, you can see him in handouts. He looks happy to see you. He's like, oh well, my newfound companion. Tell me, Herr Van Heck, who are you betting on?
Fraserberg.
Raserberg. Good choice. What
about you?
Of course, I'm betting on Fraserberg. I'm not going to bet on this northern whoreson. we had enough of them already lately, eh? He says, with this slight grimace on his face.
He does deliver a beating, though. It was a tough decision.
Well, I mean, that's the only thing they're good for, fighting. Nothing more to them. But I can tell you, I'm sure that that Fraserberg will win this fight. He's the undisputed champion of the Miller, and he'll once again claim victory for good old Carsten. And like this is the kind of talk that he has with you, but like nothing else, nothing except for talking about fighting, stuff like that. And of course, when you watch the fight with him, he's standing on a large wooden crate to see the fight better. Both of you are like metaphorically on the edge of your seats, because as I said before, the fight flows from Fraserberg almost losing it to eventually triumphantly winning the entire competition. And Lightfoot, of course, is incredibly happy. He also just yells with enthusiasm as Fraserberg wins. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
Kree, you are just quick question, Kree, are you getting drunk or are you just drinking like normally, moderately? That's my question.
No, I'm just more of there killing time, watching who's coming and going.
Sure. So as I said before, as you're watching who's coming and going, you don't see any suspicious looking types entering or exiting the place. Even though the Miller is like a lower class establishment, it is not a den of scum and villainy. So fortunately, you don't see any like unwanted types here. The bartender is not exactly engaging you in conversation. He just when you finish your beer, he asks if you want another. For the silver, you get quite a few of them. If you say yes, then he of course pours you another one.
Yeah, pick another one. Just keep them coming.
Sure thing, boss. You're the boss, he says, and he pours you another one. Meanwhile, Gustav, you're like, yeah, because I think I've caught you off there, Brian. Sorry, when I was speaking to Keith. But yeah, the fight ends. Another tournament in the Miller is behind you. Where are you going now? Are you rendezvousing with Johannes?
Yeah, backward. Or I guess I'm going to where Creepio is.
Okay, so
he's the stationary one.
Okay, so first you're going up, and as you're going up, already you need to wait at the base of the stairs for like a minute, maybe less, because people, when the fight ends, they like most of them quickly exit the cramped, steamy cellar to enter the main room of the inn and order lots of drinks. Just a reminder that in the Miller you can only order alcohol. There's no food here. And so you just you go with the flow. You follow the crowd, and as you approach the bar, which is like under siege, it looks like it's under siege from all those patrons who are ordering beer, schnapps, wine, and other alcoholic beverages. You see Creepio nursing.
As the bar gets busy, I say, I'd like all my drinks, please. All my drinks for my silver. I'd like them all right now.
Very well.
For these thirsty people.
So you are so you're giving away the rest of your drinks to the people, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So the bartender looks at you strangely and he just says, "Well, yeah, but it will be just like a couple of drinks."
I know. Line them up on the bar.
Very well, sir. It's your money. He says. He pours the few drinks, the last few drinks that that you could buy for the silver, and then just puts them on the bar. People grab the drinks, the closest people to them, and they they just maybe two of them even looked at you and say, "Well, thank you, that was very kind of you, sir." And then they just gope them down.
Guys who don't say thank you, I knock them out of their hands. Hua-cha!
Wait, really?
Yeah, hua!
Okay, you knocked them out of their hands very well.
You ungrateful bastards. Just like that guy in the fighting ring.
Okay.
Be careful, I'm gonna kick you in the nuts.
I'm gonna hold on to your money until after you're done getting your ass kicked. So.
Okay, in that case, I would like, first of all, I would like for you to roll weapon skill if you want to knock the drink out of, well, the patron's hands.
One.
You are, you wave your hand towards the man, and he just moves quickly away, and he's like, "What the fuck, man? You offer me a drink, and now you want to knock it out of my hand? What's wrong with you?" He says.
What's wrong with me? You got no manners.
I've said that I'm grateful to you for buying me a drink. What the fuck?
Now you do.
No, he said that thanks for the drink.
Well, you said 2 people did and 2 people didn't.
No. That. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I didn't cut that gift. My bad. Of course, in that case, when you try to do this, again, you've missed, but he's like, what the hell? And when you say that he's ungrateful bastard, he says, okay, sorry, man, sorry. Grateful for your drink, alright? Like, look.
Right, then I point. I do nothing but I point at the other guy who didn't say.
The guy that you almost that you almost relieved of his of his beer. He passed the other guy and he says, "Hey, like, tell this guy here that you're grateful." What? Well, tell this guy here that you're grateful for the drink. Like, he bought it for us. Okay, alright. The other guy, again, he looks like a docker type, like a labor type. He looks at you, creepy, and he says, "Thank you." He says, and,
Welcome.
And then just returns to drinking. Like, yeah. By the way, Gustav, you saw this happening, but fortunately, it didn't escalate it.
I turned back around to my compatriots.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I guess I'm just all pent up because I didn't get to kick anyone in the nuts today.
The night is young.
Johannes, you also emerged from the cellar, right?
Well, I was gonna try to look for Carsten.
Okay, so you're not there yet. So you're just saying discreet to Gustav because only he is here. But yeah, Gustav, you saw what happened. So please, Brian, if you will, sorry.
I'm gonna discreetly hand Creepio his winnings. I guess with the 4 gold he gave me, that should be like 10 something, right?
10 gold, 6 silver.
Okay, yeah.
Well, actually, technically, I think the whole thing is 6 gold and
That's the 4. Okay, I got you.
Oh, okay. So it's not 10 gold. So okay, yeah.
Just six and a half gold.
6.5 gold.
Okay.
Total. Oh, that's still. I mean, 2 gold and 6 silver earned is still a good price. It's still a good amount of money. Sure.
You buy Fraserberg a drink if you see him.
Cree?
Okay. Uh-oh.
Keith, you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm. Brian's talking to me
Yeah.
about buying Fraserberg a drink.
Yeah, because we just won.
Oh boy, I'm not giving that filthy, dirty mongrel a thing. Already bought these ungrateful bastards beer, and you saw how they treated that.
And now this goes for a roll. From the patrons. Nice, 98. It's good that most people here are like in the process of drinking a lot. So, but by the way, Gustav, you know that if he keeps talking like that, about the current champion, who's a fan favorite, this can end very nasty for everyone involved.
I'm gonna give him a look. Hey, man, come on.
This is no time for bedroom eyes. I think we should get out of here.
I'm gonna turn and look for Johannes.
Well, you don't see him because he's still downstairs.
Okay.
Johannes,
We need to find our buddy.
Your buddy. Johannes, you were keeping an eye on Conrad, but eventually, after the fight ended, you saw that Conrad is just moving by himself, using with his cane upstairs, and then he just well, you don't know if he'll go to the bar or if he'll leave the premises. Are you following him?
No, I want to find Carsten and let him know.
Carsten is with Matthias, so once you lose Conrad from your side, you approach Carsten and Matthias, and Carsten, when you approach him, he gives you this dark look, and when you're close enough, he speaks quietly because there are still a few people here. Well, your friend certainly didn't do a very good job today.
Yes, my apologies. I don't know what goes through his head sometimes, but I think we've got enough information to solve your problem.
He looks at you with a bit of skepticism, but he nods and says, "Very well, then in half an hour from now, please collect both of your comrades and come to my office."
Will do.
He nods and says, "Well, I'm sorry, I need to, sort a few things out with Matthias." So, and when he says that, you see that Matthias gave you a quick glance with this slightly worried look because you remember what you told him.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're not saying anything, then he just waits for you to go.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying anything. I'm
Okay.
just gonna head out.
Sure. So let's take a few minutes break, okay? And then we'll be right back.
Sounds good.
Awesome.
Where's my cursor?
Brian, are you back?
Hello.
Or Brian?
Anybody there?
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Alright. I'm just listening to the trailer for Total Warhammer 3.
So good.
I believe I have a Steam account, but of course I can't remember the login credentials. Let me see if it's. Oh, hey! I've saved in my browser. I know what I might be doing later today. Probably not. Not yet. I've got to at least get through track season. I took an. Actually, I thought I took a lot of pictures yesterday, but I only took like 960 instead of 1,500 or whatever I took on some of the other meets.
Brian, I can't wait for you to get down here, man. I just got a new video card put in the computer for you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I bought my daughter a computer because she's doing like skinning of 3D models now. You know, painting textures and stuff. And she was like, "Oh, my laptop sucks. It crashes, whatever." So I'm like, "Well, I saw this computer at Costco. Do you want it?" And it's like a freaking beast. It's the same company that I bought mine at Costco, or I tried to buy at Costco, but they sold it out. And it's a beefier model. So I was almost like, "Here, you can have this one, and I'll take the one I bought for you." But she didn't go for that.
I like drink 3 or 4 times a year, and last night was one of those nights. And I
Uh-oh.
smoked like half a fucking pack of cigarettes, and I just feel like shit today.
Ugh.
And my brain is just moving slow.
I get you.
You
Mine is
have a
just
fun
always
night,
moving.
though?
Do what?
You have a fun night, though?
Eh.
Huh? And it's
It was
better than
different.
no.
Yeah.
Telling you, Brian, this You're going to get this computer, and then you're going to come join us on Warhammer Wednesdays.
Yeah, I'm either doing dwarfs or chaos dwarfs. You already know that.
Sweet.
I'm kind of curious about chaos dwarfs. Like, I've never like they were kind of being phased out, like when I got into Warhammer, and and they looked ridiculous. So like, I didn't get the aesthetic at the time.
Come on, big hats. Come on.
Like now, I like the big hats. You know what I mean?
Right,
But,
right.
like, when I was a kid, I'm like, oh, that looks stupid.
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, it's like me. I'm like Warhammer 40K, orcs in space. It'll never catch on. What a stupid idea.
I remember thinking that was stupid too. Like when I first got introduced to like second edition 40K. I'm like, wait, why do they have swords? This is the future, right?
Yeah.
Electronic swords. Yeah. Well, anyway.
So Chaos Dwarves are fucking crazy good. So it's just dwarves with demons and magic.
Yeah.
It's great. It's just great.
Yeah, my buddy was saying that they take like a couple different aspects from, or mechanics from some of the other factions like Beastmen or something like that. There's something weird about how they work as far as.
Do they have hobgoblins?
Yeah, they have all sorts of like slave races.
Mhm.
And you have to upgrade the number of chaos dwarves you're allowed to have. So like by the start, you can have 20 units in your army, and one of them is always your lord, right?
Yeah.
And of those other 19, to start, only 2 of them can be chaos dwarf units. You have to,
wow.
but you can get like orc slaves and hobgoblins and stuff like that with the spears.
That's actually kind of cool.
So, like at the beginning, you have like these huge slave armies with very little of your own actual chaos dwarves and like war machines and stuff.
Well, that fits the lore though, because there's actually not many chaos dwarves. You know what I mean? Like their whole empire's basically powered by slaves.
I'm here. You guys talking about Chaos Dwarfs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Apparently, I missed a delivery. I didn't hear them knocking on the door.
Ooh.
Oh well. I've been renting lenses, and I thought they were coming. Oh no, that's weird.
Not good.
It's fine. They'll come tomorrow. I don't need it till
Okay.
tomorrow or till Wednesday. So I mean, but it's just weird because that's the same thing that happened with the first lens. I said like I want it from this time to this time, and they delivered it over the weekend. I'm like, well, what are you? Why are you doing this? But
Okay.
anyway.
Well, anyway, we are, I think, returning to the game. And Gustav, Johannes, you, I presume, go upstairs, approach Gustav and Kree, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Gustav and Kree, you are sitting at the bar when suddenly Johannes appears.
Oh, hello.
Hey, Kree. How are those beers tasting?
Oh, they taste great. You know what, Johannes, I think you're my best friend now.
Well, we do have the same taste in food and drink.
Yeah, well, we sure do.
So I casually glance around the room to see if Conrad is still in here.
No, he's not.
Okay.
He left.
Okay.
So
And then I tell them that Carsten wants to see us in a half an hour in his office.
there's one thing that I don't think we know for sure though.
What's
Is that last fight Was it fixed?
Who cares? We're rich.
Well, I mean, we have no idea if the last fight was fixed, but we have.
We know the person who's organizing the fixing at least.
Yeah, and that and we can, and he can lean on Marvelous Marvin Hagler, because that was a name that was dropped. So
Yeah.
we don't have to do shit.
Then even if that last fight was fixed, the one who threw it or did whatever in it, they're not going to do much without the fixer. If we take them out of the equation. So, all right. I'm gonna. Can I keep an eye out for Marla?
Oh yeah, the forgot about her completely. Yes, of course. You can. Marla is also added to the handout section. You eventually spot her. You don't even have to roll. I mean, the place is crowded, but you spot her in the crowd. And she also looks like she's, looking for someone, probably for you.
Okay, I'm gonna wave to her.
When she sees you waving to her, she pushes her way through the crowd and approaches the bar. Oh, hey. You had no idea what happened. I had to kick someone in the nuts.
That's very popular tonight.
Sorry, once again, Brian. You've broke a bit.
I said that's very popular tonight. Nut kicking.
Oh. You were saying something, Cree. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, high five.
She looks at you and she frowns a bit. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, what now? She looks at you, Gustav, and asks.
I'm going to give her a gold.
Well,
gold coin.
When she looks at the, her eyes just go wide when you give her a gold crown. It's like.
It was a pretty good night.
Yeah, for me as well, she says. In no sense of the meaning. I mean, we could still do this,
What?
Well, work. She rolls her eyes. Work together, I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What did you find out tonight?
I found out.
I'm gonna lean in closer so you not to say it too loud.
From what I had this nasty guy just harassing me until I eventually kneed him in the groin in a corner of the basement. People were too busy watching the fight to even notice this. There was this strange guy. I've spotted him. He was out of the. He didn't belong here, He had this nice clothes, a cane, silver tipped, I think. And
Johannes when she says that.
And he was trying to be all inconspicuous but throughout the whole evening there was this group of guys. I think they were dock workers, maybe, I don't know, laborers, something like that. And one of them, he was he tried to be discreet about it, but it's clear that he was talking to him from time to time, to the cane guy, And I found it really, really weird, especially since they were betting. I don't know. I think that's this was the only really weird thing that I saw today.
That lines up with I think our suspicions as well.
Yeah, the cane guy, really, there was no one else like him here. And I don't know. I even talked to the bartender, and she points her head towards him, and asked about him. about the good-looking guy with a cane. The bartender says that he only shows up here when there's fighting. He never comes for drinks, and he never comes like with a girl or a group of friends, unlike many people here. I thought that this might be helpful to you.
Thank you. We have to meet with somebody in a little bit, and I think it's probably safest if you're not seen with us. So, can I rendezvous with you where we met the other night?
Sure, she says. Oh, by the way, I'm Marla, and she wants to shake your hand, Johannes, and your Cree as well.
I shake her hand. Pleasure to meet you.
Oh, trust me, the pleasure is all mine. Usually. Well,
I like your style, I say as I shake her hand.
Thank you, sweetie, she says, and she pinches your cheek, Cree, like,
Ow!
like very tender.
Ooh!
This one's nice, she says to you, Gustav. I like him. Anyway, if you need me, and I would like for us to work in the future, you know where to find me.
Well, I'll come find you later.
Well, blessings of Sharia be with you all, she says. She smiles at you all, and then she
I make the sign of the cross.
Yeah, and then she exits the miller. Her hips swaying in a rather nice manner to all of you.
Oof. Oof.
We do the bud dry.
Damn boy. Yeah. So, because I don't remember if Gustav introduced Marla before, but I don't think he did to the rest.
We're just gonna keep it like nobody knew, like she was
Right.
there and he didn't know they were there for everybody's safety. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
in case somebody got found out.
So you take Johannes and Cree downstairs, I presume.
Yeah.
Okay. You finish the beers. The crowd is still quite thick since now is celebration time after the fights ended. You guess that when you once again leave the cellar in a you don't know how much time will pass, there will be probably many more tipsy or maybe even outright drunk people here, but for now no one makes any trouble, so that's important. You go downstairs and you approach Carsten's office. Like his office, as if you guys recall, it leads off from the cellar containing the fighting ring. As you approach the door, one of you knocks. I presume that it's you, Gustav. And
Sure.
you hear from behind the door, "Come in, come in." You enter his rather nice looking office. Even if it's underground, there are of course no windows here, so the atmosphere is a bit thick, but it's clean enough, and the big like wooden desk looks certainly rather impressive for a place like this. Carsten's there, of course, and he bids you to sit. In front of his desk, he pours every single one of you a generous measure of brandy.
Down the hatch.
Yes, down the hatch, he says, looking at you, Cree. But he's not saying anything else. As you remember, or maybe not, he's in his early 30s. He's a small, dark-haired man, quick darting eyes, and a smile is never far from his face. And he's also missing a little finger of his right hand. So, I guess to our successful, like, I don't know, end of our successful relationship, I guess. From what I understand, and he looks at you, Gustav. No, sorry, he looks at you, Johannes, because you told him that. You found out who the fixer is. Is that correct? Please tell me
yes,
that is
believe-
correct after what happened today on the ring. And he looks at you.
Yes. Yes, we believe we believe that we have discovered the fixer. We each separately witnessed these goings on and have it confirmed by a third party. So, are you familiar with a gentleman named Conrad Koenig?
I honestly, no, I don't know the man. Who is he?
Well, perhaps it's an assumed name, but there was a very well-dressed man, says he's in textiles, who was here, and he was surreptitiously meeting with a group of laborers, in air quotes, who were placing bets for him. And Gus, you have some information about specifically about the laborers?
They seem like they couldn't put a plan together on their own. It seemed like the man with the cane was the mastermind. Marvin was at least one of the fighters involved.
Wait, you're telling me that Marvin Hegler was the one throwing the fights?
He was one of them.
You know, you see
Maybe
that,
the only one, but there might be another.
you see that Carsten, scratches his chin. That would make sense. There were some people who were saying that he was acting strange. Fuck me. Okay, so alright. So this Koenig guy, he apparently bought Hegler and those laborers, the scum that you saw with him. They are what? They are his cronies, right? They are his lackeys.
Yeah, it seemed that way. They didn't seem like honest workers the way they were dressed.
Right. Well, I believe you. You had some time to sort this thing out, and you seem like competent people. Well, most of you, actually, at least. So
I'll
yeah,
have a little chuckle and look at Gustav.
yeah. So yeah, because of this fucking merchant asshole, my house is losing money. And well, I can afford that. I don't know what he gets from all of this. I don't know if he's making some cash from doing stuff like that. I have no idea. But if he's a merchant, then I'm almost certain that he's not doing this for the thrill of it, or at least not completely. Right, your contract to me has been fulfilled, and I'm going to pay you now. And he opens one of the drawers in his desk and produces, a rather large purse, which you hear the nice sound of metal coins clanking against each other. As I said before, 10% of the night's takings in each competition that you participate in. This means that it's about 6 gold crowns per night, which, of course, in reality this is only a single night, so only for tonight. But as I've said before, and I think that he said before, I will also pay you additional 10 gold crowns from my own stash. And remind me, guys, you already had some upfront payment, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so now he pays you the rest. So each one of you earned a total of 16 gold crowns for this, which
16.
16, not 60.
Wow.
16.
Oh, no.
Not 60. I mean, 16 is still a lot of money. For
We got 8 up front, though, right?
I don't remember how much.
I'll look for it in a second.
You can look in the notes. But tell me, and he leans back in his rather luxurious and opulent chair. You are sitting on far less luxurious and opulent chairs, but still rather nice. Maybe you want to earn a bit more.
I don't know. Money talks.
I would like for you, if you agree to this, I would like for you to give a warning to this meddling merchant.
Like break his knees kind of warning, or
No,
like...
no. We're not barbarians here. Nothing as serious as that.
Oh, so like take his gold and give you 10% of it.
No. Nothing as prosaic as that. Look, I have connections to some important people in the city. Have you heard of the Union and Luigi Castellano?
Whoa.
I don't think so.
Alright, so in that case, I would like for you guys to wait a second. Let me see. One thing. Very quickly. Sorry, I need to find this. Or where is this? Oh. Okay. You haven't, and he nods his head as he was expecting that. It's probably for the best that you haven't heard about them until now. The Union is one of the biggest criminal organizations in Aldorf. And Luigi Castellano is a rather notorious Thailand crime lord. Now, this place, and he does the gesture of like encircling the room with his hand. This place belongs to him, in a manner of speaking. He loaned me money to buy the old owner out and installed Gus, his family, to be the trainer of my fighters. It's been going on for 6 years now. I am bound to pay Herr Castellano a fair share of my earnings as a way of repaying the debt. Unfortunately, ever since this fight fixing business, I've been losing money, and I can't really afford to be losing money when I'm in debt to Gus's cousin. So yeah, you see where the problem is, right?
Yeah, you need us to make the fighters take a dive for you instead.
Well, I mean, the recent fight fixing has dented my ability to pay on time, and the continued inability to do so will at best result in me being replaced as the owner of the Miller, and at worst, well, you can probably imagine.
How fresh is his finger wound?
No, it's old. It's completely, you
Old?
know, yeah, it's completely healed.
Did that? I like gestured to his finger. Was that the Italian gentleman, or is that something else?
Well, this, and he looks quite painful, and he, you know, puts out his right hand and looks at the stump. This happened 10 years ago. I was caught while still in jury from a reputable tradesman. And as a sort of punishment, I was indentured as a servant to the owner of this fine establishment. So not only did I lose my little finger, I also became what essentially is a slave. Of course, the priests will tell you that the empire is civilized enough to not use slaves, but this is a load of horse shit. I can tell you that. Even in this grand capital of our glorious nation, there is what essentially could be called slavery. But enough about that.
Sorry, I had to ask.
No worries, no worries. I mean, it took me 4 years before I was able to see my way out of this predicament. As I said before, I've borrowed money from Gus's cousin, the crime lord, Luigi Castellano, and so I bought out both my indenture and the inn, and I want to keep my inn. I want to continue. I want to continue to run it. I want to continue doing business here, and I will sure as hell not allow any sleazy merchant motherfucker put me out of business for his own.
Yeah.
Yes, for his own amusement or some kind of, I don't know. Maybe he wants to start his own thing and he's just, you know, buying out my fighters. I have no idea. Look, I will pay you additional 50 gold crowns. Of course, not for like 50 gold crowns total for the three of you to carry out this warning.
Make it 60 and we got a deal.
I would pay you 60 if I would like for you to harm the man, but I don't. 50 gold crowns is a ton of money, and I am paying you from my own coffers. I don't want you to hurt the man. I don't want you. I most surely don't want you to kill him, since this kind of thing it disgusts me. I suggest a bit of arson or property damage, and I will also give you a warning note to be left at the site. Again, no bloodshed. I don't want to risk the authorities getting a whiff of what is happening here.
I wouldn't do this if there was going to be any bloodshed.
This will be slightly risky, but again, this is. I don't believe that this is anything too hard for you to accomplish. So, tell me, do you accept my offer? 50 gold crowns, split between three of you, it's still a shit ton of money. You only need to go to his house, trash a few things, maybe set a small fire, leave the note, and then leave. And that's it.
To his house or to his business?
To his house. Well, of course, you need to discover where he lives first.
Yes.
But if he's a merchant, then I presume that he probably has some kind of townhouse. I don't think he lives in a tenement building, slamming it with, you know, poor people of Aldorf. My guess is a large, well-established house, probably in one of the better districts. Maybe nothing too fancy, but still. But I need to hear from you right now if you accept this offer. If you don't, then we just part ways right now, and I thank you for your work. If so, I'll prepare the note. You need to discover where he lives. Leave the note. Do the damage, slight damage, as I once again would like to remind you. No harming the man, no killing, most definitely. And then our contract is done. So, what are your answers?
I look at the other guys. I'm and if you guys are in,
I nod. I'll do it.
Well, I can't promise he won't die in the fire.
No. And he says, "Look, Kree, what you did in the ring, it was dumb, but it was harmless. I mean, you've only really harmed your reputation. But this is no joke. You will tell me right now that you won't harm the man, or I won't extend this offer to you, only to your friends. As I said, no killing.
It's late at night. You said you want us to do some arson. He could be sleeping in there and might die.
I don't want you.
Any of the blame for that.
I don't want you to burn his house down. I don't know, burn his tool shed, or I don't know, set a fire to his door, or something like that. Or if you think that you won't handle this, then just, do some property damage.
I don't know if you understand how fire works.
He just he does this gesture of closing his eyes and just pinching his nose and like, and he's like, fuck me.
How about this? How about we just get a bunch of shit off the street and smear it all over his fucking house?
Yeah, let's just give him an old Gustav.
That.
What?
A dirty Gustav.
A dirty Gustav.
You guys have a name for this?
Yeah, why do you think your door used to smell like that all the time?
Good thing that you're not playing an Estalian. That then there will be it will be called Dirty Sanchez.
Yes. Rusty trombone.
Alabama Hot Pocket. But this one is really fucking disgusting. So I suggest not looking it out, really.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, the thesis strategy sounds really good, but just remember that I want you to leave the note not on his doorstep. I want you to leave the note inside his house.
On his pillow. On his pillow.
Maybe on his pillow, maybe where he takes a shit, I don't know. Maybe where he eats his breakfast, or where he shags one of his probably many mistresses. In a place that he normally would think of as safe. I mean, I'm sorry, guys. If I would just want, his house peppered with rocks, or, as you said before, feces, then I would just rent the services of a bunch of street urchins. I'm paying you 50 gold crowns for a job that will unmistakably lead him to abandon the fixing game, at least in my establishment.
We should go to a butcher and see if we can buy some kind of animal head.
Oh, that's a very good thing. Gus told me that this kind of thing is popular in Tylea,
Yeah, I think that'll get the message across.
Actually, if you could do that, yeah, and you see that he is actually serious about this. I mean,
yeah,
sure.
No, I'm on it, sir.
All right, so you're in. What about you? And he looks at you, Gustav.
I'm in.
What about you? And he looks at you, Kree.
Yeah, but we need the gold up front.
I can pay each of you 5 gold up front.
I'll take it.
From the 50 promised. But no more. And just a reminder, this time. If I hear about any sort of fuck up here, if I hear that this man got wounded or Sigmar forbid killed. I work for Luigi Castriano, and I will make sure to let him know. Just so you know.
Wow, that sure sets me straight.
Don't need to say it again.
I know it does. I mean, kicking a fighter in the nuts in the ring is one thing. Dumb, but whatever. But this is no game. You fuck up here. Trust me, I know those Thailands. They can be very imaginative. If you catch my drift. Anyway, here are 5 gold crowns for all of you, up front. Which means that after that you get 35 gold crowns for a job well done. And, and of course bring me something of, like a personal thing of his. As a proof that you did the job. I don't know.
His mistress's underwear.
Could be, but maybe if he's a merchant, then maybe he has a portrait of himself hanging in his obviously opulent mansion.
You got some fancy china or something.
What if we got you his cane?
Cane would be very nice, yeah. Or the, I think in that case you would rather say cafean, not China. I don't know. I mean,
yeah.
Or a cafean.
Wait, is it like is actual like China dishes? Is that like?
Yeah, because
from
porcelain was
China?
from China.
Yeah.
I did not realize that.
Porcelain was
I
invented
always
in
thought it was
China.
just called like I don't know. I never thought about it.
Yeah.
Just all China.
Europeans didn't. They were like, "Holy shit! How do you do this?"
Yeah.
They didn't understand it.
Yeah. So in Warhammer World, you would say cafean, or cafe to be more, I think, precise here. So, but let's say that Gustav told it like that. I think it's very fitting. Yeah, I mean, his cane would be nice. Look, anything that will work as a proof that you did the job. All right?
How about his pinky? No, I was just kidding.
Ha ha ha! Very fucking funny.
Too soon.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes. Too soon. No, I mean it's not even that, and he once again, raises his hand. It's that I've once again said that once again I want to stress out: no harming the man, no killing,
Yes.
and not only him, his his mistress, says his staff.
Right. Well, we wouldn't harm his servants. I mean, that's just mean.
Yes.
I show
yes.
him the bleeding heart tattoo on my hand.
He nods with appreciation. Yeah. So at least this tells me that you probably won't do anything unwise. Anyway, also please do this relatively quickly. Ideally, I would like to see you all here tomorrow, late evening, late night, with news that it is done. Next, I certainly want my next fights to go smoothly and to not worry that there will be some asshole here trying to fix them. Well, to your...
When can we have the note?
Give me 5 minutes, I'll prepare it. And,
Okay.
he raises the brandy glass. Well, to your obvious success, gentlemen. And he, raises the glass.
Sigmar wills it.
Indeed. Sigmar wills it, hopefully.
I gesture at my empty glass since I already drank.
He's already pounded it.
He refills it. I mean, not completely, but he, pours you a small amount.
I'll toast, but I'm not drinking.
Alright.
Down the hatch.
Yes. So, after that, he asks you to leave the room, by the way. And after like 5 minutes, you hear from behind the door, "Please come in. Please come back inside." And so, when you return, he handles you, Johannes, an envelope with a note inside. Any of you can read? He asks. This is a fair question. Most people in the Empire can't read, so you know.
I believe I have read. Yes, I have read right.
Please check out the note. In the handout section, you see there's Carsten's warning note. You should see it.
Okay. Conrad, my investigations have exposed you as the agent behind the fight, fixing that has been going on in my establishment. Whilst I would gladly...
Slit.
What?
Slit you.
Oh, slit you from ear to ear. Oh, sorry, I just enlarged it so I can read it better. Slit you from ear to ear and leave your broken body for the guard to find. That would be bad for my business, not to mention your health. Therefore, I am giving you one chance to desist from your activities. Be sure to note, however, that any future attempts to derail my business will result in a visit from far more unpleasant messengers than the one who delivered this missive. My business partner in the Union, Luigi Castriano, you may have heard of him, is eager to leave your body as a warning to the other fools who try to muscle in on his business ventures. But I have stayed his hands for reasons mentioned above. If there is a next time, I will not stop the vengeance that will inevitably fall on your shoulders. Hoping to find you in good health, CL.
By the way, none of you is a typical roguish character, right?
No.
I was when I was younger.
Okay,
was.
So you can roll hard common knowledge empire.
I don't have common knowledge empire, so it's gonna be extra hard.
Oh, that's right, because you're Marienburg.
Then actually you can't really roll for if you don't have a knowledge about a certain a place, a city, like a country, a city. You know, you can't really roll.
Empire. I don't know.
But since you've been here for some time, if I recall correctly, I can allow you to just roll minus 30% intelligence.
Okay.
Okay. No, because if you would pass, then you would probably remember that you've heard about Castriano. But since you didn't, you don't know. I mean, that's the
He has
first.
a 93 intelligence.
Yeah, because that's the first time that you've heard of him. But he sounds like a serious player. Anyway, Carsten kind of nods in appreciation. So, tomorrow late evening, or you can come here in the middle of the night. I'm not too fussy. I await your obvious success and good hunting. That's all, he says.
Good evening, and we will bring you back proof of our success tomorrow evening.
Please make sure that you do. And he smiles thinly, and he has this look on his face which says that the meeting is over.
Yeah. Let's go, boys.
Yeah, I'm hungry anyway, and my head hurts.
Yeah, you are tipsy, by the way. I mean, you're not drunk yet, but a few more drinks will require you to roll on the table. Cree.
Alcohol.
Yeah. Which can be really nasty, by the way. If you really fail the roll, you can be out for like a good few hours, if not a whole day. So you exit.
I've just been keeping up appearances.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to take a quick bathroom
Sure.
break for a second.
Sure.
All right, I'll be right back.
We'll wait. Okay. So I'm going to pour myself a glass of water, and I'll also be back very soon. I'm here. You hear me, guys?
Yep.
Okay, awesome. So, once Sean returns, we'll return to the game. Quickly check one thing.
Alrighty.
Okay, awesome. You're here. Right.
Yeah.
So you all exit the first six office, then the then the cellar, and then probably the miller itself.
Hey Gus, I suggest that maybe you see about Marla helping us track this guy down where he's at. I'm assuming you're going to meet with her this evening.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
That was the plan.
I just wanted to put that bug in your ear and not in your crotch.
Oh. Don't worry, if there's a bug in your crotch, I have a perfect cure for that.
The knee. Probably. Okay. So as you exit the the place, it's a warm night, of course, and you hear all the sounds of the city at night, of nearby 100 or more, maybe even less. You're not sure if the Street of 100 Taverns is called that because there are actually 100 taverns on it. Maybe there are more, there are less, maybe there are less. You're not sure, but it is certainly Aldorf is certainly a place that never really sleeps. And so,
I almost forgot. I might have found us other work,
Oh yeah?
or at least me and you. There was a halfling at the fight. Initially, I thought maybe he had something to do with the fight fixing. Turns out, I think he's a gambler and fight aficionado. But yeah, he said he needs the services of a healer. And with you being the apothecary side of things, maybe we should meet with him at his pastry shop this week.
Yeah, sounds great.
He's got a stable of fighters or something, from what I understand. So I think that would be the nature of the work.
Okay. Yeah, I tried to cut a deal with this Conrad guy, but it was really just small talk, and he wasn't having it.
Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Mm-hmm. No, it sounds good. I like it. As you know, I'm in to make a deal if I can.
What time is it right now?
it's it's rather late. It's close to midnight. So
Okay.
you are all tired. You could all also use something to eat before going back to bed. And it's clear that Creepio, he had quite a lot to drink. Let's just say. Like I said,
You had a lot to show you.
like I said, maybe he's not drunk per se, but one more beer would be a mistake. Almost certainly.
Let's have another beer.
So, are you returning to your posh
Yeah.
place, the Shepherd's Wand, run by the elf? The asshole elf, of course, because all elves are assholes.
Those are assholes. Yeah. Well, I would say. I mean, I don't know how far Gus is going with us because I don't remember where specifically Marla's place was, but if he's coming with us all the way or part of the way and then peeling off.
Only
I'll
with
take-
Marla he's coming all the way, if you know what I mean. But yeah.
Yeah, I'll meet you guys back at the place either tonight or in the morning. I'm going out for a
Sounds
booty
great.
call.
Yeah, we won't wait up for you.
Please don't.
All right. So I guess you boys part ways. Johannes and Kree, you return to the Shepherd's Wand, and Gustav, you go to Marla's place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll let her know about the new job that we might need her help with.
She's very interested in doing this. She says, you think that it's thrilling for her, this kind of work. It's something completely new, and she appreciates stuff like that happening in her life. You think you see this, this light of thrill in her eyes when you tell her about this job. She says, yeah, of course. I can ask a few friends, the ones who go to the nicer neighborhoods, if they know where there's Kinnick, right? Where he lives.
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
No
I
problem.
think that was his name.
Yeah, Kinnick. Okay. Right. Yeah. Naturally. You can count on me. And she, she says that, and she doesn't even charge you for the night.
Oh, hey-oh.
Yeah. And yeah, so you have some very good time. Johannes and Kree, when you enter the Shepherd's Wand, you see that at this time there are still quite a few patrons here. This is one of those so-called better establishments. Like, it's not something extremely fancy, but given that an elf runs this, it's also no gutter type inn. Finron looks at you with his cold eyes from behind the counter, nods, since you're his customers. Although when he looks at Kree, who's clearly had a few drinks already, his eyes narrow slightly.
Yeah, I paid this guy good.
I presume you want to have something to eat before coming to bed?
Yes.
I thought you didn't serve any food.
Yeah, the
No,
elf.
no, the elf does. It's the other place that does it. The fight club does it.
Yeah. The place that you're staying in, which is the Shepherd's Wand, it offers food and drink, and of course accommodations. The miller, the one-eyed miller.
I'll have eggs.
The one-eyed miller only offers drinks. You have eggs. When you, when he approaches you himself, can I offer anything to you gentlemen on this fine night? He asks.
Just a little bit to eat.
Wait, Sean, I think you have your microphone far away from your...
I do. Sorry,
yeah.
I turned it up. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit of food before bed, please. Whatever you have handy.
He nods, and he's not even he doesn't even ask what you want to eat. He just goes behind the bar, goes into the kitchen, which of course is still working even at this hour. The few other patrons who are in the common room with you, they don't even look at you. They are either too busy finishing their own meals and drinks or just talking quietly. So it's fairly quiet and calm here. In a few minutes, the elf emerges from the kitchen, and he puts lamb chops with sliced apples in front of you, Kree, and herbed cucumber pottage in front of you, Johannes. Oh, and
One
also,
of my favorite, and I eat it.
yeah, it's actually the food. The food is actually very good. I mean, for a place like this and for prices like this, it's very good. And of course, when it comes to drinks, he offers both of you a nice cup of grape juice.
Okay.
Wow, so fruity.
Fantastic.
Yeah, fresh grape juice. Actually, very tasty and definitely
It's
a
a very
better.
elfish thing to do. Like, hey guys, you want some grape juice?
And then we shall play some. We
I
shall
got
play a
carrot
harp.
sticks and hummus.
Hey, so I before he leaves the table, I say, hey, you
Let's.
wouldn't happen to have any heads of animals back there in the kitchen that we could purchase from you tomorrow, perhaps?
He just blinks a couple of times. No, I'm afraid I don't.
Where's the nearest butcher shop?
You can visit the docks, not far from here, although I would not recommend going now. It would be
No.
dangerous. Few streets from here, there is also a fairly large shop, butcher's shop, called Matilda's.
Okay.
It's run by a woman named Matilde and her husband Matthias. You can also check there. I had some animals heads today, but I got rid of them. Keeping stuff like that is not healthy.
Yes.
Anyway, if you need me, I'll be behind the counter, he says.
Yes.
And
Wouldn't expect to see you anywhere else.
he's not even reacting to that. Just in a very ethereal manner. He walks back behind the counter. It looks like he's almost flowing through the air sometimes. He moves with such a grace, of course, because he's a fucking elf and they're all graceful like that.
Yeah.
Assholes. Anyway, but truth be told, the food is very good, and the grape juice is actually quite refreshing, and it's cold. You have no idea how he made it so cold. Maybe he has some kind of ice box in the back. But yeah, you had a good time. Maybe not as good as Gustav, who had a very good time, and of course, after everything went down, Marla even offered you something to drink. She had this nice bottle of red wine from the
Nice what?
bottle of red wine from not bottle like Warhammer Fantasy bottle. Sorry, from a southern part of the Empire.
Yes, you enjoyed her southern
parts, yeah,
apple.
probably. Yes, and when you're laying in bed, she tries to ask you, Gustav, about your work, your life, stuff like that. It's not small talk per se. You think she tries to deduce if you have eventually some plans for her.
I'll tell her my backstory.
Right, like the whole backstory with the.
Not anything about the Black Dove.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything except that.
Okay, yeah.
But about my brother who's in Leopoldheim and my adopted father and the little youth gang I used to run around with in Marienburg, the Rat Kings.
She asks you about Marienburg. She says she always wanted to visit the place. She heard that it's beautiful and it's a place of many opportunities. At least that's what they say, of course.
It seems bigger than Altdorf. I don't know if it actually is, but I think the waterways just make it seem much larger.
When I was in Skola back in my youth before I was forced to work the streets. The priests who ran it for us poorer kids from the eastern part of Aldorf, she says, and it's clear that the memories are not very good. He told us that Marienburg was once part of the empire, and that it became godless, that its people turned their backs on Sigmar and seceded. Of course, I don't know if that's true, and honestly, I hated that man. He told about all those, things like piety and faith and stuff like that, but I still remember the way he looked at me, and she shudders a bit, like some of the drunk men on the streets still do. So, sorry, I don't know. I just want to ask you if that's true. If Marienburg was part of the empire at some point.
I think it was. They have a pretty good deal going on with the sea elves now.
Oh, really? No, I never even talked to an elf before. There are quite a few of them here in Aldorf. I've heard that supposedly they even have an embassy here or something like that. I don't know.
And Marienburg was a elf city once, I think.
Really?
So they have a long history there.
It had to be long time ago. I would like to see it one day, she says. I would like to see the sea. I've only heard about it. And I mean, it has to be nicer than Reich and Talabek. They stink. I'm sure that you've noticed.
There's nothing but eels in the water here.
Yes. The goddamn eels. You know that we even have an eel island here? And it's run by gangs. And supposedly it's an independent island. At least, I've heard from a friend of mine who sometimes goes there to work. Not often. She doesn't like the place, but they pay good. Anyway, she told me that the so-called leaders of this island, they claim that it's free from the, and she does this mocking, gesture with her fist, from the outdoor suppression. Just
They sound like the Femloonies.
Oh, there are lots of people here, people like that. Aldorf, I swear to Shalia and Ranaut and Sigmar, Aldorf is a breeding ground for revolutionaries, for insurrectionists. There are so many of them here, it's getting tiresome. Sometimes you can't walk a single street without being, told 6 or 7 or 10 times about the vileness of the ruling class and the unjust rule of the nobility, and down with the emperor. And of course she said that last thing rather quietly and stuff like that.
That's what too many elector council do.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, right now after the war, how many elector counts are even still there? I've heard that not all of them returned from the north. I'm so glad that the war didn't came here, she says, as she's playing with a lock of her hair. This place is vile enough. Aldorf, I mean. It's a great city, but only on the exterior, only for the rich who have money, for people who have connections, who have power. I grew up in the east part. I still remember the bodies in the side alleys, the violence, the burning buildings where when some rich asshole wanted to claim a property or a piece of land, he would just burn the tenement house with people inside. I wish I could leave this place. But I don't have anywhere else to go. I mean, where could I go? North and east, from what I've heard, are almost burned to the ground. Known is just another Aldorf. Averheim? I don't know.
The Border Princes sound interesting. I've always wanted to visit.
I don't even know where they are.
1,000 different countries.
I don't even know where they are, but from what I've heard, they are not part of the Empire, and our nation is what it is, but at least it's fairly civilized. I don't know, I wouldn't want to go to Kislev or Bretonia or Sigmar forbid somewhere beyond the mountains or the sea. Not that I ever saw the sea, you know. Or the mountains. She chuckles as she takes another swig of the wine. But, you know what, Gustav? She says, you know, already slightly tipsy, as she lays her head on your shoulder. I think that with you I could go almost anywhere.
And that's when Gustav realized that he needed to get rid of her.
Dude, if she would do something like that, she's a keeper. This means that that she's not afraid to do normal human things. Yeah. No, but in all reality, of
but it
course,
was from her butt.
in all reality, after she probably drank this wine a bit too fast, she just fell asleep and she started snoring. So I guess that you finish your wine and also go to sleep.
I want to get up early though. Get back to the inn.
Sure. You finish the wine and you go to sleep. Hearing through the tilted window the night sounds of Aldorf, the so-called greatest city in the entire old world, the capital of the empire, the seat of the emperor Karl Franz, who hasn't yet returned from the north, at least that's what they say. And you wonder what new fantastic adventures tomorrow will bring. Johannes and Kree, you meanwhile, you finished your admittedly very tasty meals. They're probably some of the I mean, this kind of food at this time of night is it's hard to get.
I ate the apple and drank the grape juice.
Yeah, and the grape juice, and then you return to your room because if I recall correctly, you guys had a common room with 3 beds, right? If I recall correctly.
Yeah.
Yes, I believe that is the case.
You Kree, you just the moment your head touched the pillow, you just go out, lights out. You're exhausted after the fights, after this after the adrenaline comes down, and after the amount of drink you had, you just immediately go to sleep. Johannes, you're not too far behind. It was a long day. It was quite a few things happened, so yeah. When the sun rises over Aldorf the next morning, Gustav, you wake up before Marla, who is still snoring lightly. Fortunately, as I said before, the window was tilted, so the rather overwhelming smell of digested alcohol is at least it's not as bad as it could have been. You quickly put on your clothes, and I presume you return to your inn.
Yeah.
If I remember, you told the girl where you live, so she can find you, right?
I'll do that before I leave.
Okay, so you shake her. You shake her shoulder slightly. She's like,
Wake up! Here's my numbers.
like, what? Gustav, what time is it? My head. Oh, fuck me. Too much wine. Sorry. Why are you looking at me like that? She says because they're not saying anything.
Oh, we're staying at the Shepherd's Wand. I need to go meet up with my friends and find out what's going on.
She sits on the bed. All right, sure. She says as she's, massaging her temples. Look, I'll ask a few of my friends about this Kinnick character. The moment I know something, I'll come to your place and tell you everything, okay?
Okay. I'll catch up with you later.
Yeah, bye, she says. And, she also prepares to start her day. Kree, Johannes, you are being wakened by some kind of commotion nearby. When you open your eyes and you hear what's going on, it sounds like some kind of maybe some kind of accident involving two cars had taken place. You're not sure.
What? Who disturbs me from my slumber?
But it's being loud enough that you can't really sleep anymore, even if you want. Kree, you have a slight hangover, nothing like statistics changing, but you could definitely use something rather fat to eat, and maybe a glass of light beer. As they say, beer is best for hangover.
I need eggs and beer.
Yeah. Johannes, I presume that you also got out of bed and you both of you go down to the common room. For simplicity's sake, let's say that Gustav got earlier because he's an early bird. An early bird gets the worm. And when both of you go down to the common room, your room is upstairs. Almost at the same moment, the door opens and Gustav walks inside. Gustav, you see your friends coming down. The common room of the Shepherd's Wand at this time is pretty full of people who are enjoying their breakfast before going to work in probably... Sean just disappeared from row 20.
Oh, I did?
Yeah. Oh, now you're back. Okay.
I was gonna say, how'd that happen?
Yeah. Most of them, again, are laborers, dock workers, maybe sailors. Few of the people here even look like gang members, like perhaps the members of the infamous Fish Gang, or maybe the Hooks, two rival gangs who are notorious in the entire Outdorf. But you're not sure, and you're not sure if you want to know. Anyway, you all meet at the side table near one of the windows. You sit and you look at each other. Please.
So I thought to Marla she's gonna ask some of her friends that frequent the richer parts of town about this guy.
Yeah, no, that sounds good. I'm trying to think if there's any other avenue for us to figure out where this guy is.
Did he tell you what business he's in?
Yeah, textiles is what he said. He could have been lying. But I don't want to jump the gun too early and get a dead animal head too soon. But Finn Rawe told us about a butcher shop we can go to later today.
Speaking of Finn Rawe, he emerges suddenly right next to your table himself. "Can I take your order, gentlemen?" he asks, with his eerie, almost spectral voice.
I'll take eggs and beer.
Eggs in beer.
Funny thing, they have something like that in UK. I've heard.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, like.
Well, I mean, I've never had it, but it sounds disgusting.
Even hearing it, yeah, it sounds like a nice way to puke. Although, funnily enough, in the document that I'm using, Cuisine of the Empire, very good document, they have AO with X. So, you know. He looks at you, Kree, for like a few seconds, then he looks at you, Gustav.
Something with vegetables and eel, maybe, if you have it.
Then he looks at you, Johannes.
I would like some sausage and beer.
He just nods, and without a word, he goes back behind the counter and into the kitchen. Creepy. A bit. But in a few minutes, literally in a few minutes, he returns. In front of you, Johannes, he puts a nice large portion of liver and cheese pie, which is actually very good. And you wanted Gustav,
beer.
you got creamed crayfish with croutons. Tasty, again. And Kree
Boy!
got entrails stuffed with barley.
Hooray!
That the other day, too.
It's filling. It's so filling.
It's yeah, it is. I mean, the portions here are large, and they are, and the food is generally very good. Each one of you also got a nice, solid glass of porter beer. So, you know,
Good.
a good way to start your day. By the way, this whole thing, it costs like, I guess, half a shilling. And also, Johannes and Kree, last, you know, the evening meal cost the same.
Like a full shilling. Oh boy, I got it.
Okay.
Should we pay up for a week?
Sorry?
I'll pay another 2 pennies and tip.
Okay, nice. Gustav, you were saying something?
Should we pay up for another week of rent?
It's up to you.
I thought we'd already paid, but I'd have to look at it. We can figure that out in the downtime.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I don't remember if you've actually paid, you know, in advance for a whole week. So
I thought we did.
Yeah, I also have a feeling that you did, but you can check it later to be sure. Anyway, you wolf down your food. It is very tasty. Of course, you know, you also got some bread with that, stuff like that. So when you finish your meal, you feel full. You feel full, and you feel very satisfied. The beer is also tasty. It's actually definitely better than the drinks that you had in the One-Eyed Miller. And so, when each of you just, you know, leans against the seat of his chair, you look at each other and, well, you need to decide what to do next, where to go. What new fantastic adventures you have.
Well, is there a textile quarter in the city?
You tell me, are you from Aldorf?
I am not.
Then you need to roll Common Knowledge Empire minus 10%.
Okay.
Minus 10 because Aldorf is a huge city.
Right.
And yeah.
I am.
Oh, nice. 20%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's what you know. There's essentially this. There are few mercantile sections in the city, but Aldorf is such a huge place that there's really not a single like merchant district here per se. The South Bank actually houses a few like merchant-oriented areas, so to speak. For example, for example, the place called Markt an der Wand is a mercantile area, primarily serving the upper class who live in the surrounding South Bank neighborhoods. You remember that, and you know this quickly comes to comes to mind when you when you think about merchants and and mercantile stuff, like But honestly, except maybe for the eastern part of the city, which is the poorest one and the most dangerous one, by the way, you can find merchants related places almost everywhere. So yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe we should just ask around on the street, or we could just sit around and wait for Marla. I don't know who's gonna be better at this.
We could do the fake delivery routine. Like, hey, I have a delivery for. we even have an envelope.
Well, yeah, we just need to figure out where he lives. So I just figured that maybe.
Well, you think, Johannes, that your best bet would be to go to the South Bank, because, like I said before, this is the place where there are, you think, most merchants and mercantile businesses.
Okay, I think we should go to the South Bank, gentlemen. Perhaps there's a ferry nearby.
Yeah. Plus, of course, the biggest commercial quarter, of course, is the Grand Markt. It has everything to offer, and from wares for nobles to services for peasants. There's the Grand Market, the square plaza after which the district is named, of course. On Marktags, produce cart line every streets, making it very difficult to navigate, of course. There's the Hunmarkt, a market for poultry and oatry products. There are even people say that, of course, this is the Grand Market is essentially the quarter where you can even buy things from beyond the empire, from neighboring countries, as well as from the almost mythical faraway lands, like the legendary Hot Araby, the mystical cafe, and wind and rain-drenched Albion.
Yeah, why get them just one animal head when we can get them a pillowcase full?
Sounds good.
But again, for example, Grand Markt is in a place called. Wait a second. It's in the East End. So that's actually the aforementioned, like not so safe area. Actually, oh no, sorry, City North, not Eastern, City North.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you have options. The question is where you want to go. Remember, even if, for example, Koenig doesn't live near the Grand Markt or the southern, the southern markets, asking about him in mercantile areas will probably produce better results than just asking about him on the streets, which you can, of course, do. But
yeah, but it's more hit or miss, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, exactly that.
Okay, hey guys, since we're on the north side of the river, I suggest we go to the Grand Market and see if we can find out about this guy, where his business might be, and we got to do a little bit of legwork ourselves.
I push the eggs away from me. Yeah, sounds good. I rub my stomach.
You mean the entrails?
Yeah, the barley stuffed entrails.
Yeah, good stuff, eh?
That's what we call eggs where I'm from.
That when you're hungover.
Honestly, entrails, like blood sausage for hangover, I think is a very good idea. Like if you fry it in deep fat, dude, that's awesome. I mean,
I've heard gizzards is good for that.
yeah. I mean, for me, when I had a hangover, the fatter the food, the better. Like the worst thing I could do was to eat something like, I don't know, rice bread or some kind of oatmeal or something like that. That would probably end badly. But
chicken fried steak with biscuits and gravy.
oh yeah, something like, I mean, KFC, the ultimate, the ultimate hangover food, right? Anyway, you leave the place after, of course, paying for the fine meal. You enter the busy streets of Altdorf, and you don't really know where this place that you're heading towards is. So I would like for all of you to roll me gossip tests to know where the Grand Market is.
All right. Ooh, I just made it.
Okay, nice.
I don't think I would get it if it's half.
Oh, because no, wait, you don't have gossip, Gustav?
I have gossip.
I do actually have gossip. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
So I did it.
Yeah, so you've made it. Cree, you've sadly failed, but you tried to ask a couple of people on the street, excuse me, where the Grand Market is. Sorry, I don't have time. I'm very busy.
Aren't you that guy that kicks people in the balls?
Yeah, wait, aren't you the asshole who kicks people in the groin? Get away from me.
Where is it?
No, like, of course, they're not saying this to you.
Termination time, baby.
They're just telling you, that they either don't have time or that they're already late, stuff like that. But Gustav and Johannes, you've asked and you've been given directions, and so the three of you go. You move towards the. That was the word. The Grand Market. Through the busy, always busy, bustling, streets of Altdorf, and second. Yeah, and walking past the myriad, like just bustling masses of humanity, as well as non-humans. Of course, you walk past quite a few dwarves, halflings, even a couple of elves. Although the ones that you see on the streets as you make your way to the Grand Market, they are usually quite different to your inn owner of the place that you're staying in. They have long flowing robes, white and blue. They move with armed escorts through the streets, and the look on their inhuman faces clearly tells everyone who's looking at them that they are probably disgusted and maybe even horrified of this place. The sort of the look of, wait, you people live like that. But mostly, of course, it's just humans, and even more humans. So I would like for one of you, let's say Brian, to roll me a d10. Just a d10. Nice one. As the streets of Altdorf are labyrinthine and always just crowded to the max. Sometimes when you are walking, when you are traversing them, sometimes the buildings above you are they are leaning almost in a way that they block the hot summer sun. Sometimes the street is wide enough that everyone who's walking it is just drenched in sweat as the sun just bakes them. And on one such street, you had to stop for a good few minutes because some kind of very important noble, perhaps from maybe even from Karl Francis court, was just traveling it, accompanied by a retinue of knights in polished, almost to a mirror shin polished armor, armored plates, with lances held in their hands and shields with motifs of griffins, of crosses, the symbols of the imperial unity, of hammers and skulls, of course. You hear people from the crowds whispering, "Reichsguard! These are Reichsguard knights, the Emperor's own Praetorians." You know, the noble in question, who definitely, well, he's short, he's fat, he's dressed in very expensive clothes, and he has enough jewelry on himself to probably buy at least a few townhouses. Looks all haughty and arrogant, and again completely out of place with the elite of the Empire's military surrounding him for protection. And of course, that's not all, because except for him and the knights, there's of course his entire retinue, servants, scribes, just people who are marching behind him, blocking the entire traffic on the street. And so you are waiting in the crowds, just watching the whole show for a good few minutes. When the traffic once again resumes, and people, some of them cursing under their noses because of the imposed delay, when they once again start walking, you just wipe the sweat from your brows, because, as I said before, the street was right in the open, so to speak, and the sun is just merciless today. It's a hot day in Altdorf, and that means that it's also a stinky day in Altdorf. The smell of the masses, of the unwashed masses, of the squalor is just overwhelming. Eventually, you reach your destination. The Grand Mark is incredibly busy, and you hear it before you see it, and before you hear it, you smell it. As I said before, you can buy everything there, including animals. And animals, of course, mean, well, you know what they mean. They mean dirt, they mean excrements, manure. So once you enter the premises of this quarter, the stench is almost overwhelming. But that doesn't stop people from, as you are approaching the Grand Market itself, the Square Plaza, after which this district is named, it doesn't stop people who are working here, living here, who came here from all over the city, to haggle loudly, to almost shout. The merchants, they are shouting out the prices. They are saying, ladies and gentlemen, only here you can buy the finest silks, the best weapons, the sharpest swords, and most powerful hammers. Chickens, I have chickens to sell. Good chickens, honest, healthy chickens. Come buy some chickens. Stuff like that. You feel like you're once again in the cellar of the One-Eyed Miller, because of the press of the masses. You're just it's not like you've lost each other from your sight, but very quickly you're not walking side by side anymore, because there are just too many people here.
Is there a stall selling like kerchiefs or something that can be tied into masks or bandanas?
Yeah, there are quite a few. There are quite a few stalls like that, of course. You want to buy?
Okay. Yeah, and I want to ask, what's the guy's name we're looking for?
Konrad König.
Yeah.
I'm
a
going
Kinnig.
to.
I'm
Yeah, I'm going to.
gonna ask if they have any
Oh.
a Kinnig textiles.
Okay, so I would like for you to. I mean, if you want to buy the piece of cloth. By the way, do you want to buy like a better one, which will help with the smell better, or do you just want to buy the cheapest one?
I'm gonna buy a few. I want to buy a few black, dark colors, and then maybe something for Marla, like a
Mhm.
brighter color. Like, so it doesn't look like I'm buying a bunch of masks to rob people with.
Yeah, that's actually a wise approach. Yeah.
I'd like to buy all of your ski masks.
But like, while I'm buying fabric, I figured it'd be an opportunity to ask, like, oh, is this a Koenig? Or, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, I just thought about something funny. Oh, by the way, I would like to buy all of your fertilizer.
Yeah.
You know,
Can you please put it in this rental truck?
yeah, without the reason, there's no reason for that. Yeah, I know. Okay, so if you want to buy this kind of bandana of cloth, it costs 8 pennies per piece. You can haggle if you want.
8 pennies per. So, how about 35 for a half dozen?
Okay, roll haggling. If you don't have it, you roll on half of your fellowship, but I will give you plus 10% anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and remember, if you just in the future, if you want to haggle and you won't make the roll, you need to buy for the price that the guy wants to sell to you.
Yeah.
So
The 48.
yeah, so he says, well, sorry, boy. The man who sells them to you is on a bit of an older side. Times are hard, and I have to make a profit. He says, so it's 6 pennies per.
48 pennies then.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you want to ask him about the Kinnick. So roll fellowship plus 20%.
Okay.
That's a botch, and I suggest rerolling that.
I'll use luck, yeah.
Yeah.
I got one more.
Okay.
After we decide one more.
Nice.
Woo!
Nice.
Well, you're in luck, son. He says.
You got plane?
I do, in fact, have a few pieces of cloth from Conrad Kinnig. He is a successful merchant, but I'm surprised that you know him. He says, and he shows you like a few. What's the word? When they roll cloths in this like rolls essentially. Is that what's called, a roll of cloth?
I think so, yeah.
Oh yeah. So
There's a term for it, but I don't.
Yeah. So,
I know what you mean.
So he shows you like a row of, of
bolt.
What?
A bolt. I think they're called bolts of cloth.
Okay. Yeah. So he shows you a bolt of light brown cloth. For example, this one. This is from Herr Kinnig. He gave me a good price for it, But trust me, he's a real shark, as Marienburgers say when it comes to business. Totally merciless, that one. Let me tell you. Anyway, what you want to buy this? He shows this boat. It's a very good quality. I'll give him that. Sorry, guys. A few seconds.
I'm not really sure where to go with it.
Well, just figure out where his business is at, and then from there we might be able to figure out where he lives.
Maybe take the angle like we're thinking about getting into the business or something, and
Or you can just say like, "Oh yeah, that looks good. I want another color. Do you know where his factory is or where his business is?"
Yeah.
Although he might be like, "Fuck you. You buy it from me or no one else." Oh man.
Oh boy.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Be like, oh, is this out of the workshop on whatever street? Just make up a street name I've seen in outdoors somewhere. You know what I mean? Like there doesn't actually have to be a workshop there. And be like, no, it's from I don't know, somewhere
Carl,
else.
Carl Franz plots. Yeah.
I need to eat something, man. I've been living off of fucking pepperoni slices today.
Dude,
Yes.
I've been eating Utz chips.
I haven't been eating anything, but that's fine.
I just turned my oven on last break. It's probably heated up.
There you go.
Pizza.
Is the soundtrack playing like sounds of goats bleeding? Is that what I just heard?
I heard like techno or something playing before, but it's
I
like
thought I
so
heard a
faint,
siren.
like I can't
I
even
thought I heard
really
a
hear it.
siren for sure.
Alright. I'm gonna take a break for a second. I'll be right back.
I think we're probably coming up on the end soon.
I'm excited to give you this computer. I have a Warcraft account so that you have access to Warhammer 1, 2, and 3. You won't have
Warcraft.
every Warcraft. What'd I say?
You said Warcraft.
I meant Warhammer.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, like, is that some weird deal where they own the IP or something?
We'll finally be able to play Warcraft together, Brian. No, Warhammer. Which would give you access to, I think, Empire, Bretonia, Orcs, Dwarves. Empires.
Can you do Norse?
Huh?
Is Norse playable?
You say Norse, you mean like Kislev?
No, Norse, like Norsica.
Yeah, Norsica's playable. Yeah, I think there's 3 different leaders for Norsica. One of them's a giant troll named Frog.
Alright.
Still waiting on Michael.
I'm here. Sorry.
Yeah.
I had
No
I had a call.
Yep.
Everything fine?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah. So the guy, he offers you the boat of this light brown fabric. And he says, "Well, yeah, this is very good quality, sir. If you want to buy it, I'll give you a good price."
What's a street name I've seen around here?
The street
Just a
name,
random. Like,
Waldemarstrasse.
oh, is this from his workshop on Waldenmannstrasse?
No, sir. I mean, his workshop. He has a few of them actually. You know, so few here and few, I believe, in the southern part of the city. This one is from the southern part of the city. Apparently, if I recall correctly, close to his house actually.
In the southern part of the city?
Yes, sir. That's where he lives. You know, he's a man who who has enough money to live in a good place, and unlike most of us, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
If I recall, I don't know if you want to make deals with him or something. He lives in Markt an der Wand.
Mark Undervant.
Yes, near the Grand Opera House. If my mind is not playing any tricks on me. But I don't recall the exact address. But if you go to Markt an der Wand and ask for Konrad Killing, I'm sure that there will be lots of people who will be more than happy to point you in the right direction.
I appreciate your help.
Oh, anytime, sir, anytime. Well, hopefully... yeah, sorry?
And thank you for the kerchiefs.
Oh, well, hopefully they'll do their job. And he,
they certainly will.
you know, and he smiles from behind his luxurious bushy bird. Yeah, so I guess Gustav, that's that, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Johannes,
Right.
what
Do you
about
think-
you?
I was gonna say, I don't know. Do you think we can get a butcher? Is there a butcher shop down in the fancy part of town, or do we need to carry something with us from here?
No, I want to ask you, Johannes, if you want to buy something, and Cree you as well, if you guys want to buy something.
Only thing I want to buy is like a it's like a horse's
You
head.
got a one-track mind. You're carrying this head around, man.
Remember that you could probably easily find a butcher here and, you know, buy for like a few pennies a horse's head, but walking with a horse's head through the entire city over the
Right.
river in a heat like that, it will be a nightmare. And it will probably it could even be problematic. I mean, you know.
All right, I'll wait to buy some kind of head, or I'll find a rat catcher. What?
Shit on his bed.
I think Kree is the man for that job. But yes, we'll figure something out.
Why? Why am I the man for that?
You like to shit on rich people's pillows, don't you?
Oh, I said that we would get a pillowcase full of chicken heads. Why does that mean I'd want to shit on their bed? You're gross.
Lots
of people do it.
Pay Marla,
Right, anyway.
pay Marla enough and she'll take a huge log on the guy's pillow.
Gross. That is gross.
That is gross. I'm sorry for that.
But probably true.
Almost certainly. If you've ever seen Canterbury Tales, then you know what I mean.
Okay. So let's head south, young man.
Yeah. So my question is, do you guys do you want to buy anything else here, or do you make your way south towards the? Well, you need to pass the bridge. You need to, you know, walk to the other side, to the better side of town, where you'll be able to see the, of course, not only the Emperor's Palace, but also the Grand Temple of Sigmar, as well as a couple of other rather important elements of Aldorf.
College.
Sorry, what?
Celestial College.
Yeah, well, Celestial College, funny thing. Celestial College is impossible to be looked upon, because every time it's not like it's not masked. And I'm of course saying this out of game. Your characters probably don't know that, but there's a funny spell placed on it. Every time you want to look at it, you think about something else.
Oh,
So it's in plain view, but almost no one sees it. You really need to. You either have to have a very strong will, or the magisters there need to allow you to see it, so to speak. That's yeah. That's the funny thing about Celestial College in Aldorf. Anyway, you make your way back through the bustling streets of the city. By the way, Gustav, what are you going to do with the bandanas? Are you do you give few of them to the guys, or?
I'm gonna hold on to them for right now.
Okay.
But when it's time to do something, I'll pass them out.
Oh, so it's for the action. I thought that, I'm dumb. I thought that you bought them for the smell. Really?
No.
Okay. I was like, oh, why he's buying all the bandanas? Like,
Yeah.
oh,
We're gonna put a mask over our face.
okay, yeah, of course. I'm dumb. I forgot about the number one rule of heists. You need to cover your face, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. So, eventually you pass the large bridge. This is the bridge in question. As I've mentioned before, on the map you see the main bridges, but of course Aldorf is practically dotted with small islands and many small bridges, connecting them. Some of those bridges are nothing more than just a few planks of wood or even a single plank of wood over the rivers Talabek and Reich. Others are line bridges. Some look fairly sturdy. Others they resemble more some kind of death traps. But fortunately, you pass the large one. But you need to pay the fee. Sadly, for each foot, a single penny.
Okay,
So
2 pennies.
Yeah, so 2 pennies per person. Of course, you can try and avoid paying them, but the City Watch, which is formed from the state soldiery of Aldorf, they are pretty thorough when it comes to enforcing the payment laws. So you pay the grim-faced trooper in red and blue uniform and very very nice looking cuirass and steel helmet the fee, and he's like, you can pass. He says that in a rather gruff, solemn voice, and you do, and you eventually enter one of the main lanes of the city. In front of you can see, even from here, the dome of the Grand Cathedral of Sigmar, as well as the, of course, very impressive rooftops and towers of the Emperor's Palace, the place from which Karl Franz, may he reign forever, rules over the empire.
So impressed.
Yeah. I mean, the southern part is much nicer than the northern part. Northern part isn't bad, but this one, it's clear that this is the nice part of the city, and of course it's incredibly nicer than the very dangerous and poverty-stricken eastern part, where, for now, if I recall correctly, you didn't have to visit, fortunately. Eventually, you reach the place marked under Wand, mercantile area, and while the Grand Market served everyone, like I said before, it's even poor people could find something for them to buy. This place clearly serves the upper class. The stands are are big, impressive. There are many private security guards who are patrolling and keeping a close eye on the eventual pickpockets and and swindlers and thieves. and people who travel the roads of this district, they are, well, they have money. That's for sure. They have money. They are successful. They are rich. None of you are beggars. None of you is a beggar, but from the looks that the people give you, it's clear that you don't really fit here. Of course, not all people, but from time to time you see those ostentatious, rich folk who just look at you from up high. So, if you want to find Kinnick's house, you need to ask, and if you want to ask, you need to roll. If you want to roll, it's
Gossip?
It's gossip, but -5 because of the place and because of your, well, of the fact that none of you is from nobility or a merchant class.
All right, I'll go for it.
Hmm?
Yeah, you can trust me. I look like I belong here.
Yeah, apparently you do.
Damn.
Gustav, you rolling? Nice.
Hey.
I don't
I don't
think
think
you.
that's -5.
Yeah,
I don't think I played.
Yeah,
Oh.
Johannes and Gustav. Sadly, you've been, I mean, you weren't being told rudely to go away, but you, like, I'm sorry, sir, I don't have time for this. I don't have any money for you, stuff like that. But creepy-o. Maybe because you're creepy. Or maybe because you just happen to speak to a fairly nice person. You've asked about Conrad King's house, and the woman, probably from, probably from almost certainly from upper class herself, she told you, "Oh, Conrad's house, of course, my dear. I can point you to it. It's there, and there." And she, essentially told you how to get there. At the end
Very
of
well. Yes, that sounds familiar now.
yes. It's this nice two-story building surrounded by trees. You can't miss it. And with that. Yes.
Is there a butcher shop nearby?
Yes, there is a fucking butcher shop. No, I mean, in all seriousness, of course, yeah, there are butcher, there are butcher shops, and there are a few butcher, stalls. But yeah, the meat that they are selling is, it's premium. Let's just say.
Yeah. Yes, I'd like your finest horse's head, please.
I should have something for you.
The finest horse's head? Just get the cheapest.
Okay, your shittiest horse's head.
You approach one of the stalls, and the man selling meat.
I'm gonna sneak into this place with a freaking horse. You know how big a horse head is?
It's big, by the way. Yeah, it's big. Maybe you want to buy.
Okay, well, we'll go for. How about a goat's head?
Yeah, I wanted to propose a goat's head or a sheep's head, maybe.
Yeah, goat or sheep.
Yeah, well, the butcher who's running the stalls, a rather opulent man. He has an apron, a bloody apron, of course, over what it's rather funny. A very nice set of gloves. He looks at you. Oh, I should have something. It will cost you, my dear boy. 3 pennies.
No,
3 pennies for the
3
sheep's
pennies?
head, yes.
I'm just gonna haggle just because I have the skill.
Okay, sure.
How about?
But if you haggle, he will sell it to you for 6.
I'm just gonna do it.
I mean, if you fail.
Yeah. How about 2 pennies?
Whoa, that's a counter test, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Actually, Actually, you've passed. You've passed. Yeah.
So I give him 2 pennies.
Yes, he says. Well, I see that you're one tough customer. Very well. Here you have this sheep's head for 2 pennies, and he presents you sheep's head for 2 pennies. The head is. I mean, it's. You see the dead eyes. You see the slack mouth of the sheep opened. There are already a few flies, in the fur. The whole thing, when you grab it, it's weird to the touch. It's like, okay. And since this is the Empire and Warhammer Fantasy, there are no plastic bags here.
Yeah.
So he.
Hey, give me one of those bandanas.
No, I'm just kidding. He gave you like very dirty and of a very poor quality, but still some kind of a cloth bag. But it's it's
burlap sack.
yeah, burlap sack, but it's so disgusting that you're not sure if you don't prefer to just walk with this head in your hands.
No, I think the disgusting bag will help sell the whole.
The whole
Yeah,
the whole
of
deal,
course.
yeah. Yeah. So, are you all going towards the address that Creepio managed to procure?
Yes.
Okay.
Trust me, it's a good place to be.
Gustav?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
I'm not sure how we're gonna do this yet, but we'll see.
it takes only
Just
a
gonna
few.
bust in.
Yeah. It takes only a few minutes, but eventually you see Conrad's Skinning House in the distance. It is a 2-story building in a more affluent area of town. A screen of trees surrounds it, so you immediately think that approaching the house should not be a problem. That said, when you approach it, please roll me. What's the word? Perception.
Bam.
Let me see. Nice, Johannes won. Wow. Ultimate success. Gustav, you've passed or not?
I don't think so, unless there's a modifier.
Wait, Kree, you have 18 you have 18 intelligence?
No, that's probably half.
He probably doesn't have.
Okay, half. Okay, sorry. For some reason I always think that it's been some time since I ran Warhammer, so I forget that perception is like it actually has to be bought. It's my bad. Sorry, Kree. Yeah. So.
Now I feel bad. Whoa.
Yeah. So, Kree and Gustav, you look at the building. It's nice. It's expensive. It's clear that the man living inside has lots of money. But you know, from where you are, and I presume that you're not approaching, like you're not walking right to the wall surrounding it. Because of course, like behind the wall, you see that there are trees, but it's not like the building is just standing on the street. After all, most of buildings like that in Aldorf, in any city of the Empire, are walled off, are guarded, because people living inside value their safety and they value their privacy. And sometimes they value their privacy for obvious and sometimes less obvious reasons. That said, Johannes, when your comrades just look at the impressive facade of the building, you hear from behind the wall the sounds of dogs barking. Barks of, you think, one, maybe two, probably large dogs.
Yeah, the sheep said not so stupid now, is it?
And
Did you guys hear those dogs barking?
here. Remember, it's behind the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I said. Do you guys hear?
Ah,
those
sorry.
dogs?
I've heard that. I thought that you said C. My bad. Sorry, Sean.
At least I think I said here. I don't know. Maybe I said see.
I listen for the dogs.
Now, when he told you that, and you listen, you hear sounds of barking from behind the wall. Yes.
Do they sound like chihuahuas?
No, they sound
No.
like large dogs. Cree, if you listen too, you also hear them, of course.
Oh, I can hear them going a bork, a bork, a bork.
They didn't say anything about not killing dogs. Anyway, all right. Well, well, we know where he lives now, and we know that he has dogs. What do you think? Should we wait for Marla to get us an in, or what do you think?
I think we should walk around the place and see if there's any,
Alright.
like, could say we distract the dogs somehow. Like, how are we gonna get in?
Well, that's
Like,
what I'm
what's the
saying.
point of entry?
Is she shows up and says, you know, I'm here. I'm here for the party, or whatever. She's been gifted to him for the evening, and then we gain access. That she leaves like the door unlocked for us or some shit. I don't know.
Jesus, you're already planning to use this girl in this way. Fuck me.
Oh, I thought that was the plan.
Okay.
Oh,
Well, I don't know.
Gustav,
Okay.
are you going to let Johannes talk about your girlfriend like that?
well, she's not my girlfriend. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah, I mean,
You guys had plans together. You were going to travel.
Listen, she's worst case mistress, best case courtesan.
She is a 10. She is that. So
what she is? Sorry, what?
a 10.
Oh, okay.
10 out of 10.
Shorty's a 10.
Yeah, her picture's cute for sure.
Yeah. I think she kind of looks like Cersei Lannister in this picture, but
Yeah.
honestly, I kind of like it. So yeah.
Wait, there's a picture of her?
Yeah, in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
handouts, Marla,
In between Gus and
Roberto.
and
Yeah.
Roberto. Actually, I need to look at Roberto. I don't know what he looks like. Okay, now I remember what he looks like. I did see him before. Well, yeah.
We also need to make sure there's nobody in there.
You know that without any roles, you know that this is going to be hard. People like that always have some kind of staff. You know, cooks, gardeners, the guy who takes care of the dogs, stuff like that. Like, you know that there's no chance for Conrad Kinnig to be living alone in a house like that.
Yeah.
That's why Carsten wants to pay you 50 gold crowns, because this is admittedly a pretty hard job to do.
Well, okay. I unfortunately, I don't see how we're gonna wrap this up in the next 15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, we are. I wanted to end now,
Yeah.
but I wanted to end when we.
Yeah.
When you approach the wall and you see the stuff, so that's where we end here. And next time we'll probably end the scenario and maybe even start a new one during our next session. So I mean, Sean, you have to go out now, or
No, just pretty in the next few minutes. Yeah.
okay.
So, I mean, I got time to wrap it up if that's what we're gonna do.
I have to
So
go grab a pizza out of an oven, but I
Okay. Yeah, I can wait for that.
okay, sure.
I have a headphone so I can listen, but I can't respond.
No worries. So, points. For today's game, everyone gets 30 points for basic gameplay. And of course, note taker, please note the points. So, 30 points for this. 10 points for all of your characters. They are very good, very well played. Like them a lot. Then, after that, your place of birth, Gustav, 10 points because you've been telling Carla about Marienburg. That's very nice. Johannes, what about your place of birth?
The only thing I did was what did I call Piggy? I think I called Cree Piggy, and that's just something that's a term of endearment amongst Reichlanders.
Yeah. That's what I remember. All right, 5 points. I can give you 5 points for that. That
Okay,
was
that works.
pretty nice. Cree. I don't even remember where is Cree from actually.
I thought he was from Stirland,
Stirland,
but
okay.
maybe I'm wrong.
So I do wonder, did Cree said anything Stirlandi today? They like warm beer. They are racists. But then again, who in Empire isn't racist, right?
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Well, people from
Awkward with Marla. He was like, high five.
yeah. Okay. You know what? Fair enough. 5 points for that.
High five. It's very boring.
Yeah. So that's that.
My wife.
My wife. After that, after place of birth, we should do religion. Gustav, you've been religious, pretty religious. Shalia tattoo, Shalia sign, stuff like that. Very well. 10 points for that, of course. Then Sean, Johannes, what about you?
The only thing the guy said something to me about Koenig said something to me about Shalia, and I was like, no, Sigmar, and then I just made the toast to Sigmar when we were agreeing to
Yeah, I can give you 10 points for that because Sigmar is
Okay.
still the primary god of the empire, and you showed sufficient piety. So yeah. Cree, did you do any religious stuff? I don't know if Cree is still
I
here.
think he's not back yet.
Moores was always saying to kick people in the balls. So,
Actually, yeah, I think you said that, right?
yeah.
Okay, I will give you 5 points for that. That was pretty good. I kind of like the slight heresy angle of saying that more ordered people to be kneed in the groin. But yeah, I can give you that. Now star signs, Gustav. What about your star sign?
A dancer.
10 points. Yeah, no questions asked.
Gambling like a degenerate.
Yeah, gambling and then going to the girl, sure thing.
Creepy was like, I'm gonna gamble all my money. I'm like, me too. Wasn't all my money, but I matched him.
Johannes, what about you?
I'm the Piper. I was trying to. I was honestly trying to cut a deal with this guy.
Which guy? The Conrad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to so in theory, the Piper is they're always trying to make a deal.
Oh, okay. So very cool. 10 points. Sure. Cree, what about you?
The witching star. I'm being strong-willed and showing courage.
10 points. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fuck off.
Fuck off. Like the guys with the drinks and stuff like
Thank
that.
you for my beer, or I'll kick your ass.
Yeah. 10 points. Absolutely. And dooming, Gustav. What about your doom?
I shall sup from the cup of corruption. I once the fight was over, I was nursing my beer, and when we did the toast, I said I'll toast, but I'm not drinking because I was trying to.
Yes, very, very good.
Take it easy at that point.
Yeah, very good explanation. I like that you didn't drink from the brandy glass. 10 points. Johannes, dooming.
Shit, my doom is complicated. Where is it?
Like most dooms usually are.
Yeah. Oh no, it's just, I don't have it memorized, unfortunately. So where is my character sheet? There it is. Oh, because it's already. God damn it. There we go. I already had it open. Where the heck is my Doom? Oh, okay, there you go. Tie not the ribbon nor feather wear, yea, the peacock is thine enemy.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I like it, but it's
fucking sonnet.
yeah, it's hard. It's hard to do and hard to remember. I thought about messing with the with Conrad Koenig on that basis, but I decided against doing it because I didn't want to. I didn't want to queer it as far as get him to leave or. So
Sure.
I feel like I didn't really.
Doom today. Okay.
Very well, yeah.
You didn't rip and tear today. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, that's duking him.
Finishing up.
Yeah. What about
I'm
you?
this guy.
You have huge guts.
Yeah.
What about you, Creepio? What about
the
your
sword
Doom?
shall bring no justice, only suffering.
That's a great.
Yeah, I didn't really escalate things, and
True.
I did some like intimidation and some threats,
True.
but like at the end of the day, I didn't end up actually getting any real threats today.
Well, I
I
think
was
any
stood
day you
down.
don't-
I was
any day
watching
you
the
don't have
door,
one.
and drinking beer. I was being very despite my intimidation and my interactions with people, I was actually non-combative.
Yes, absolutely, I agree. 10 points for you, which
Sweet.
is a max for sure. And then ideas that push the scenario forward. Ideas that you've actually, accomplished that push the scenario forward.
Did
I had
Marla do anything for us?
Yeah, she did. So you can give yourself points for that.
And crabs.
So you can give yourself 10 points, Gustav, for that. Sorry,
Okay.
Cree, what again? What was that again?
He can also give himself crabs.
Not from Marla.
Yeah,
That was the girl before Marla.
yeah,
Yes, Marla's clean.
she's clean, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, she costs so much money.
I thought using Marla was part of my idea, but
Okay.
Yeah, but who did all the hard RP work on that? Who did all the heavy lifting?
Well, no,
I had to talk about my feelings and shit.
Sean, I think that Brian told about the action in the action in the cellar when she was walking and asking, not the part where she'll go around town asking about Kinnick. I'm not sure about which part you're talking about, but if that's your idea, then you can also give yourself 10 points, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I had the idea of the head.
Well, I mean,
That might turn if we feed the dog with it.
Yeah.
Cree, sorry, you were saying something?
Nothing. It's just some play on words on the head.
Okay.
Head was his idea.
Yeah.
Yes, head was my idea always.
Yeah, but the execution was Brian's.
Oh, nice.
Brum-bum.
Okay, so I guess that's it. I guess the points have been given, and I think you've earned quite a few. Next time we'll probably finish the Eye of the Tiger scenario because that's what it's called, and we'll start almost certainly another one next session. I'm not sure which one yet, but it will be in Outdoor, of course. And as for our next game, it's either 30th or 7th of May. I'm not too fussy. I can, I'm flexible.
Yeah, I think I can do
13th.
either.
Is
30th? Or you're saying May 13th?
No. April 30th. 30th of April, the end of the month.
Yeah.
I can do
3-0.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can do
3-0, yeah. So who can play on the 30th of April?
I can.
That's fine with me. Yeah.
Okay. Sean?
Yeah, 30th of April.
Okay, so 30th of April it is. We are playing then. And thanks for the game, guys. It was, as usual, it was lots of fun. I'm really enjoying our return to WFRP.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry for being late, guys. I just started doing yard work and shit.
No worries. No
No,
worries, man.
I get it. Yeah,
I was
we're
away from
cool.
my computer and
Oh.
forgot about it.
All
I came back
fine.
and it's on my phone. I was like, fuck.
All fine.
Yeah.
All fine. You know.
I feel bad about it. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry.
No worries, Creepio. I'm sure that you'll redeem yourself in the Konrad Königs manner during the inevitable showdown with the man himself.
Yeah.
Go kick him in the
When
nuts.
he totally doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he won't kill him. He'll just knee him in the groin, which
Yeah. I won't be hurt. I'm just gonna make sure he can't have no more kids.
Exactly. So, in that case, thank you for the game. I'll see you all on the 30th of April. Bye bye. Take care.
Okay,
Take care.
let it.
Yeah, GG.
GG. Bye.